Right, okay. We're live, guys. As you can see, I did schedule it to go live in another 5 minutes, but I'm kicking it off early because, man, we got a lot to discuss. Gary, how are you getting on, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, Apollo. How's yourself?
Yeah, doing good, man. Just came up an hour and a half stream with the back five. Had a real fun, guys. If you haven't checked out the video, covering some really good points there with the guys. And that made me really want to come on here and discuss what's going on with Arsenal, what's going on with the team sheet here. And Gary, how are you?
Yes, I'm good, mate. I still can't see why Gabriel's not in this team. And he's persisting with Partey in this inverted right back, dropping into centre midfield. Is it going to be a three at the back? You know, Gabriel played every single Premier League game last season, and it appears that this season he can't get in the team. I don't understand it, to be perfectly honest.
I think that's the frustration, and I think that if you're in the media and you're doing the pre-game conferences, which happened on a Friday, and then actually his pre-game was on Saturday for his conference, or after the game, then a journalist doing his job should address the question, and then the manager doing his job should answer it. And I think that it would get rid of all the guessing work, because it is a confusion. I'm hearing different stuff in the training ground. I'm hearing various different things, like it could be because of a slight knock and injury. It could be because of a new tactical sort of change or anything like that. So it could be for many different reasons. However, I will say this in the defense of Thomas Partey. We looked at the heat map in the show that we just did of last week's game with Thomas Partey, and 82% of his positioning was in the midfield and a double pivot with Rice. So yes, we're looking at a team sheet saying Partey's a right back, but in theory, he isn't really a right back. He's in the midfield doing his job, as sometimes you would expect him to do in a double pivot. So there is that. But I think that the confusion is, and this is the biggest confusion, we had the most solid midfield last season, and then we had all that stuff going on the right-hand side with Ben White supporting Odegaard and Saka, and it worked. So I think, Gary, the most important thing, and you, Tony, the most important thing we have to ascertain is, are any of these changes that you're making going to surpass what we had last season? If that's what you envision, fine, go ahead with it. But outside of that, it's confusing, because what we did last season worked. It worked really well. So, yeah, and all these rumors about Gabriel going to Saudi Arabia, funny how they come out when the team sheet is released. That's just like Twitter for you. Yeah, that's the power of Twitter. It's just pure nonsense. But I am happy with Nketiah. I'm happy with that. Again, we get to see that midfield of Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard, which I think is key. Tomiyasu, good to see him actually get a start in the team, because for me, he doesn't play enough. And when a person's not getting the starts, they blow hot and cold. But I go back to last year when he played Salah off the park and got man of the match against Liverpool. So he can do the job there, but he just needs, and the injuries is down to him. That's not down to anyone else. But yeah, the confusion for everybody now is Thomas Partey coming in again at right back. And why isn't Gabriel starting? Before I go to Tony, Gary, what's your thoughts on that?
So generally, I'm going to reiterate the point that I made last week when Gary was having kittens about this.
It was puppies anyway.
Like, oh my God, why is he playing him at right back? I said, just wait and see how it plays out. Yeah, it's an inverted right back.
I understand that. I understand that point of view.
When you see the end of the game figures and you go 82%, and Gary's absolutely right. If you have Louis Zaha running down that flank when he was there, obviously they'll have somebody else today. You don't want Thomas Partey to be that guy facing a flying winger. So I understand, Gary, your point about that. However, when you've got the ability to overload their defense by having the inverted fullback, you do it. Now, look, he's 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 doing something different in an attempt to try instigate more attack-minded play this season, because we didn't see this all of last season bar one game where Thomas Partey ended up by default.
I understand that, Tone, but I understand what you're saying, but I just think he's just trying to be a bit too clever. We saw in the Forest game when Partey was there, he didn't get forward and support Saka once. And there was one time when the ball got played and he's put in a sprint to get back into position. We don't want Thomas Partey putting in them full sprints. He's prone to injury. His thighs are dodgy. He's always got a thigh injury. You don't want him sprinting full speed. Let him chug through the middle and let the fullback go chase the winger for them balls in behind. And we saw when he went into the middle and Ben White came back to right back, straight away Ben White was there supporting Saka. Thomas Partey didn't get forward and support him once. So I don't understand how the dynamics of the team are going to be any better with the formation that he wants to play, and then 15 minutes into the game, he is going to say,
you're missing out a very huge dynamic point when you say you don't understand how this affects us. Because effectively, when Thomas Partey moves into the middle, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard are now pushing on the front three. So you have an extra man creating more havoc at the top end of the pitch. So you creating more overloads, Gary. So you can't. I understand what you're saying about the overlap that Ben White would normally provide. But I sent you a breakdown video in the week, and I hope you had a chance to see it, because that guy, his breakdown was brilliant.
Brilliant.
He showed exactly how he showed exactly how the movement of the team worked out after 10 minutes of play, and how it affected what I was talking about in that 10 minutes when you were having kittens about Odegaard wanting to create more overloads.
I
and
agree.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work 100% immediately, because Havertz is still yet to find his feet. And look, if in an ideal world, I want Trossard to start playing games, because I think Trossard is a game winner straight from the bat. I don't think he needs to come on as a sub. But I'm willing to give it a chance.
Against Forest.
Yeah, I think the opposite on that. We just had that discussion in the show we did before this one, and I addressed that, and I did say, Tony, that when you look at Liverpool, they got Diaz, they got Jota, they got all these options on the bench that can come on and impact a game. Look at City, they got Foden, last season they had Mahrez. All these guys can impact a game. But for Arsenal, how many players on the bench can actually impact a game? We've seen Smith Rowe come on, do nothing. We've seen Vieira come on, do nothing. We saw Nelson come on and change the game, but then he got injured. Trossard, when he comes on, can change the game. So if you're going to be building a good team, you need to have guys as good on the bench as they are on the pitch. So I'm actually swaying towards the fact that Trossard is your impact guy off the bench. I don't think he needs to start, because what I've seen him do coming off the bench is exactly what we want late in the game. So I can
guys,
see.
I'm going to have to run and leave you guys to do the match, because I'm not at home. So
no problem, Tony, man.
I know there's going to be some noise here, so I'll let you guys crack on, and I might come on at half time.
Tony, not another party.
Excellent.
All right, have a good one, boys.
No problem, guys. So the team sheet, as I said to you, Gary, I think it needs to be addressed. I think there needs to be some clarity, because the one thing I also mentioned, Gary, is we can't be saying, oh, we only play one way and we ain't got no plan B or plan C, and then when we're doing the plan B or plan C, just complain about it. Because that's what it seems like that's happening in the fan base right now. It's like we're trying something new and everyone's head's just flying off the head of their shoulders. So I just think, let's give it time. Let's see what's going on. We don't really have the time to try new things. That's the thing about it as well.
Yeah, but the time to try them upon was in pre-season, no?
Yes, but in pre-season it was more about Havertz and Declan Rice. If you remember, Partey came back in pre-season very late and he wasn't up to speed. And I think that some of that is indicative of his display in the first game. I'm a big Partey fan. I know his game, but he was sloppy, especially in the first 10 minutes when he was giving the ball away and things like that. But I want to give this thing time, Gary, to see what's going on. I don't have too many questions because I can see there's obviously change here. There's obviously change. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out he's fundamentally changing stuff and bringing a different variety to the team. What does that look like? What's the end product of that like? It's not going to happen overnight. And so that's where I am at the moment. Right, game's kicked off for me, Gary.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit behind. I'm just got them about to kick off.
Yeah, I'm IPTV right now at the moment. So let's get rid of this screen so we can see your wonderful face. So I understand there's a lot of, but I'm just trying to keep positive because the fact that he's, the biggest criticism was Arteta. He only knew one way, weren't trying anything new, too limited in his own system. Now he's doing something else. So it's only going to help him as a manager and then the team as well.
Yeah, no, I could agree with that. He needed to do something different. So he's dropped the defender Gabriel.
Yeah.
Obviously he favours White and Saliba, even though they're both right footers. So yeah. Gabriel was the left-footed centre back, who again, like I said, played every single match last year in the Premier League and was pretty outstanding until Saliba obviously went on his injury. But even then, Gabriel became even more immense. So I find it strange that he can't get into the team for tactical reasons. I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, for me, that needs to be cleared up. What's going on to everybody who's joining us? Good for you guys in the chat to join us, and thanks for all of you guys who was also in the Back Five podcast as well.
Go on.
It's Havertz there. Havertz is through. Martinelli's got an open goal and doesn't pull the trigger.
Why didn't he shoot straight away?
Oh, he just played so much time. He wanted to get it on his right foot.
Yeah, Havertz held the ball up really well. He worked it out to Martinelli, who's inside the penalty area. Clean shot on goal with his left foot. Cuts back inside, and the chance has gone.
Gary, the seas opened up for Moses right there, just to walk.
That's what I'm
right
saying.
Through it.
Just pull the left foot. I always say to my players, I said, I'd rather see you hit it with your opposite foot. If it flies in, happy days. If it flies wide, at least you've attempted it.
Yeah.
That's better than what happened just then.
Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Arsenal easily could have been up there 1-0. I just don't know what Martinelli was waiting for. 18 saying any transfer updates. There's a few. I mean, there's been new communication over Burnley for Sambi Lokonga. However, no agreement has been reached between the clubs, but they talked today and they've got another meeting on Wednesday. So they want to tie that up as soon as possible. Newcastle have come back to the table on Kieran Tierney. So that's the good news. About 2 weeks ago, they told us they weren't interested anymore. Now they've come back to the table with him. As you guys know, Arteta has a meeting with Pepe on Tuesday, tomorrow. So I don't know what's going to happen out of that meeting. People talking about Gabriel now is being targeted by Saudi Arabia. I think that is utter rubbish. I don't think he's going anywhere. We just signed a new contract, a new deal. We need squad players. You don't want to get yourself when you're
also, the Thomas Partey rumors are still circulating.
Yeah, it's just like, let's get Gary. This is where you want the transfer window to close, man. This is where you just
Saka
want it
on the
close.
ball.
Yeah, it was good.
I think the transfer window should close at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, after the first game kicks off, that's when it should close.
Yeah, I agree. It shows you
so
goals
Saka
from a corner
gets to the
last
byline,
season.
cuts a little ball back,
It shows
and it's just taken off in Nketiah's head.
It shows you Arsenal led the table with goals from corners last season with 13 goals from corners. And there's us saying that we're not good at set pieces. And that one's defended well. Arsenal really on the front foot.
That we've vastly improved.
Also, guys, Nottingham Forest, their bid came through for Tavares, as you guys know. Looks like Arsenal want somewhere in the region of 90 million euros, which is about 15 million. So we're going to have to wait to see. Personally, I think he's worth more than that, considering where the market is. But we'll have to wait and see.
Aaron, well done, Aaron Ramsdale. Great positioning.
Everybody also knows about Chelsea have made 2 phone calls now about Balogun, so they might be having a serious look at him. And
80 million. 80 million.
And,
you want him?
And give us 80 million. He's yours. And Tottenham also inquired about Balogun as well.
100 million.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Balogun going to Tottenham?
But to be honest, if he's going to go, if he's going to decide to go to Tottenham, he's going to go. You know, obviously you don't. If he's going to turn out to be the player that we may think he's going to be, you don't want to see him go to Tottenham, obviously. But obviously, if Tottenham are interested, it's 80 million. There you go. Take it or leave it. They've got money sitting in the bank.
What if he turns out to be the player that we don't expect him to be?
Well, then we've got £80 million, and we pulled their pants down.
Yeah, we done a Mikel Silvestri on them.
That's it. You know, you got to get real. I mean, the price of Caicedo with 1 year in the Premier League, signed for 4 million, sold for 115.
Yeah.
At least Declan Rice had 4 or 5 seasons at West Ham, was top of the rankings in so many things. You can see why he's worth 100 million between Premier League clubs.
That's right. G says Havertz to bag his first Arsenal goal in tonight. Let's get it. Yeah, I mean, look, Arsenal right now, guys, it's been all Arsenal. But you know, they're losing possession a little bit. But it's been all them at the moment. It's been all Arsenal. Arsenal looking like they're playing at the Emirates, let alone playing at Crystal Palace's ground. Declan Rice getting plenty of touches in the midfield. Arsenal just looking very comfortable on the ball. Newcastle just Crystal Palace not getting anywhere near possession.
Yeah, there's no press from Palace. They're just standing off allowed. They're just marking space, filling the gaps.
Good to see Nketiah getting a start today. I think it would have been an injustice
if they. Havertz made a decent little run there, and Martinelli could have slipped the ball.
Yeah.
Martinelli could have slipped in the ball down the line, but he doesn't want to pass with his left foot.
Yeah, I know.
That to me is a simple little 10-yard ball that you should be able to pass with your left foot. Havertz has made the run down the flank.
I think they got to take Havertz away, man. Guna says, Apollo, where is your away kit, bro? Yeah, I was going to put it on, but you know, I just got the black one. So I got the black goalkeeper's kit. So I just thought I'd put that on today. What's going on, Nabil? I hope everything is all right, bro. Nabil, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on the team sheet tonight. Party again. Not as a right back, but as an inverted player who, remember, last week played 82% in the midfield.
Oh, Eddie just took off like Usain Bolt.
Hey, Gary, you were behind me. I'm on 8 minutes now. Where are you?
7 minutes 30.
Okay, yeah. So I did see that.
Eddie took off like Usain Bolt there.
Yeah, from what look, we don't know. The truth is, we don't know. Although I have heard he might be carrying a slight knock, so that might be the reason for this. But I think what they need to do, Nabil, is they need to clarify this with the journalists after the game when they do an interview with Arteta. They should have talked about this really in the conference on Saturday. Here comes Crystal Palace again. Quite an even game right now, but it's a great tackle there from Saliba. Saka loses the ball. It's an Arsenal throw-in.
I'm at 8 minutes 37.
With the hope that Raya gets a cameo. The only way Raya gets a cameo
That's fun.
is if Ramsdale gets injured, which I do not want to happen for the club.
I did see something knocked up on Facebook that said Raya was going to start at left back.
Yeah.
With the injury to Timber.
My God. Yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Arsenal now controlling the ball and the flow of the play in the midfield. Declan Rice really being involved in the build-up play. G saying not really confident in this team's breaking down a low block counter attacking Palace. As long as they deal with Eze, then they're fine. Yeah, they just have to defensively put a number on him.
That I always seems to have a good game against us, didn't he?
But remember, guys, Nketiah and Saka scored in Arsenal's 2-1 win against Forest. So really looking for them to have a strong game today. But Martinelli, man, had the chance to just smash it with his left foot and just take so much time. Yeah, didn't like that at all, man. Took way too much time. You do not have the time to do that. That's a great ball to Saka in the middle. Go on, Eddie. Oh, it's defended well by Palace. Arsenal still here. Saka on the right hand side.
The ball from Saka should have been along the floor.
Yeah, I agree.
If he cuts that back along the floor, Eddie's got a chance to shoot.
Yeah. What's going on, Andrew, man? Big up to Andrew. Big up Nabil. Big up Guna Matters. Big up G. Big up 18. Big up everybody in the house. What's going on, lads? Let me know what your predictions are today. Mine's 2-0 to Arsenal. Gary said, was it 3-1?
3-1 or 3-0, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. So feeling the vibes, man. Feeling the vibes, people. Eddie's shutting down the defense. They're playing out the back again. And Nketiah is just such a weapon, man. No defender or goalkeeper is safe with Eddie in the back there. None of them are safe. Because you know he's going to run you down. Look at him again, applying the pressure. This time, Martinelli helps by applying the pressure, forcing Palace to go long, and then Arsenal win the ball back. Look at that. That is how it's designed. That is how Arteta draws it up, lads. Guna Matters says it's 3-0, man. 3-0 to Arsenal he's going for. Yeah, this is how it's all done by design, guys, man.
I think against teams like this, it's always important to get that first goal.
Yeah.
You don't want to give them anything to hold on to.
Yeah, 100%. So, Gary, what's your thoughts on Chelsea losing? Liverpool still not looking great.
Yeah, I thought Liverpool would struggle initially. Obviously, they've sold their whole midfield, didn't it? Henderson, Fabinho, they've both gone. Firmino, although he didn't play much, but he was great coming off the bench for them.
Yeah.
So they're going to struggle initially, but I didn't think Chelsea looked all that. I mean, that Mudryk, I think we've really dodged the bullet there. 100 odd million for him. Jesus Christ!
I think the bullet we dodged was Caicedo. I think, man, he was awful yesterday.
Well, once the bidding gets to that stupid kind of money, like I said, you're bidding on a guy that's had a year, and he's played in a Brighton team that are a decent team, you know, but hasn't really paid his dues. And 115 million is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
but if Chelsea are happy to pay it, then that's up to them, innit?
That's right. Well played, Thomas Partey there, cleaning up at right back. Good ball out to Odegaard. Back to Partey as well. And then, Arsenal win it back. And they break with Saka. It's 3 against 3. Here we go. And Nketiah picks up the ball. You've got to get it into the middle early, mate. And Nketiah sleeps on the ball a bit too long. He gives it to Saka, though. Goes out for a corner. Yeah, I think that they've taken too long in delivering the ball there. And that was Eddie and Saka.
I don't think there was a pass there.
There was. You can see Martinelli.
I don't think there was a pass there for Eddie.
Was it Martinelli?
Yeah, but I think the defender positioned himself really well. So that ball's not been able to play. He had one opportunity to play the ball, but I don't think Martinelli would have got it. And by the time Martinelli was in the position, the defender had covered well enough to stop that ball from being played.
Yeah, the only way he's finding Martinelli there is if he slightly overhits it because the defender had him covered. Here comes a corner from Arsenal. And its goalkeeper catches it. Basic Football says, only second game, but seems if the players are fighting out the new positional play. Yeah, they are. It's going to take a couple of games to get this new system under their belt. So, unfortunately, the fans are going to have to deal with the frustration levels when they don't think things go in the way they were, especially for how good we were in such a limited system last season, but that system worked. It's good to know that you can go back to that system, I guess. But I think what the plan is to try and see if we can improve that system. And so we have to let the manager do that. We have to give him a little, the chance to excel and improve the system. Otherwise, everyone's going to know what to expect from you as well. 106 million, missed the penalty. Talking about Casado. Yeah, bro, listen.
No,
I think
you're talking about Fernandez, isn't it?
Oh, Fernandez. Mad.
He missed the penalty, yeah. And to say the 150 million, give the one away.
Yeah. Look at Martinelli running that down. Oh, that's close. That's close. Eddie was playing it easy for more support. Yeah, I don't think Eddie saw, to be honest with you, I didn't think Eddie saw Martinelli running there. He was waving his hands up in the air, and I don't think he actually saw him. So we just saw Palace then crossing the ball and Ramsdale batting the ball.
That was unlucky. Good ball by Havertz there. Yeah. He just didn't have enough angle on it.
Yeah. So that was Anu there, starting brightly down that right-hand side, really testing Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu's got to lock him down, man. There's a through ball here. That's a really good ball. To Edward.
That's good.
There we go. No. It's a really good tackle there from Ben White.
Yeah.
Here comes Palace again, and it's saved by Ramsdale from outside the box. Yeah, Ben White did well there to stump him out. But Ben White looks like he's picked up a little bit of a knock. You can see Edward against Ben White here. Look, he's done really well there. Yeah, it's not handball there as well. So yeah, and the thing is, we're on top of the game. The possession, we're dominating easily. And you can see Arsenal now in heavy press. And we've just won the ball back because of it. Ben White winning it back.
Yeah, Ben White lose it and then loses it.
Yeah. Oh, you're up with me now. 16 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yeah, same.
Excellent. Tomiyasu needs a good game today, man. Needs a good game today. Yeah, the thing about when you're playing away from home, like we had 10 clean sheets away from home. So we locked it down last season, guys. We locked it down, man. But don't let AU create all of that space by himself. Don't let him get that space. Yeah. Don't let him get that space, man. Saliba taking his time now. Saliba, obviously, new contract, new shirt number, really feeling like an Arsenal player now. Eddie coming short for the ball, supporting Odegaard. Some good play there. Palace are trying to press us, but Arsenal almost press resistant at the moment. When teams press us, we don't really give the ball away a lot. Good play by Martinelli. Tomiyasu getting up high, up on the field in support. And he wins a corner. Yeah, that's much better from Tomiyasu there. Get down the left-hand side, support your guys, give Martinelli an option, and Havertz as well, because that's what they're missing. Corner to Arsenal. Andrew says, what I'd like to witness is adaptability. Arsenal's Achilles heel in recent times has been predictability. Opposition should never be able to know what style of play to neutral. And that's why we're seeing, that's a really good statement there, Andrew. And that's why we're seeing Arsenal trying to be a little bit more diverse in their play. Corner comes in, and it goes out for another corner. Yeah, that's the key to it. That's the key to it. Well, what we're seeing, Andrew, is the team just developing, enveloping different styles of plays right before our eyes. And some of it is going to be frustrating because the fans don't really understand it. We got so used to the single pivot. But, yeah, that's to be expected. Martinelli! Oh, with the corner. It gets well defended out again. Martinelli picks back up the ball on the left. He crosses it in. And goalkeeper gets his hand on it from Declan Rice. You saw Declan Rice win an aerial ball there. You've seen Havertz win the aerial ball. Arsenal, much more of a physical team, Gary.
Yeah, and we saw that against Forest. And we saw it in a couple of pre-season games. You know, Havertz popped up on the edge of the area like for the long goalkeeper's kicks, and then Rice done the same. So it's something that we needed to address. We've also got to realise now that we've got Havertz in the team and we can put crosses in the box. They're not aiming for the 5'9" Nketiah or Saka. We've got Havertz there, 6'3", can get his head on the ball. So another string to the bow.
And here comes Palace now on the attack. 18 says, the coach, big up Gary. Andrew saying Man City changed it up in its final game. Yeah, and Manchester City changed it up when they played us. They knew what we were going to do, and then they went long. And that's when they were able to take advantage of the Rob Holding situation. But, you know, if you go long, you're basically taking out that pressing midfield. But
that's what you need in game, though, Apollo. You need that in game to change it up in game, not just from the start. You need in some games in the situation is not going to be going your way. You need to be going right. You go here. We're going to do this now. We're going to try this. You need them different options in game.
Yeah.
Too much space in that front of that back four.
Yeah, Arteta there looking comfortable. Guys, look, the league right now is really pressured. I mean, it is so important for Arsenal to win this game because the league right now, man, is pure pressure from the get-go. We're only in week 2, and you can't afford to lose already. That's a great ball by Thomas Partey there. Switches play to Martinelli. Martinelli goes to Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu goes back to Havertz. Havertz should have found Martinelli there in the slip, but he goes centrally. Look at the positions. Tomiyasu taking up the inverted left-back role position there. Right amid in the central thick of it. The action is Tomiyasu. That's a free kick on the foul on Declan Rice. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal look rock solid in possession here. We're not seeing a lot of players giving the ball away today. Really sharp passing here. A lot of it being dictated by Declan Rice to Havertz and Odegaard. So Rice is kind of your pivotal guy right here.
That's why we paid 105 million for him.
Yeah. I love the positions Tomiyasu's taken up in support. It's just making Martinelli's job so much more easier. As they try to unlock this Palace defense. Andrew says, hopefully Arteta not inflexible rigidity to his formation or style. Players must read situations and act accordingly. And that's the key to it. That is the key to it, 100%. Nabil says, Odegaard always on the right now. Arteta's got the best cam in the league. But yeah, it looks like he's trying to supplement that right side and then the left side with Havertz. He's trying to sort of have two number 10s, if you like, on different sides of the pitch. Look at that. Lovely ball there from Declan Rice to Martinelli. Go on. Oh, Odegaard, come on. You've got when you guys
too much Odegaard, too much.
Yeah, too much touches, man.
Too much.
Too many touches.
See when Odegaard does that thing, when he comes up to the edge of the box, Havertz is there. We want Havertz in the centre.
But listen, Palace are really well organised at home, mate. Remember. Palace are really well organised at home. You know, Liverpool and United couldn't win here last season.
That's a great switch. What a switch that is. Come on, Martinelli.
Yeah, no, Tomiyasu loses the ball. But guys, you can just see. Look, Arsenal are playing away from home here, and they're dominating the position of play. They're dominating the play, and they're playing away from home. This was reminiscent of what we saw from them last season, and why they were able to keep 10 clean sheets. As I said in my preview, Arsenal 39 points out of a possible 57 away from home, which was a league best.
Yeah, that's a great record.
Here comes Palace now, down the right-hand side. Tomiyasu, you got to get tight on him there, mate. Don't allow him to get the cross in. Ramsdale cleans that up easily. Basic Football says Martinelli allergic to passing to Havertz. Martinelli's allergic to passing to everybody. He's not the best distributor of the ball. Out of all of our front line,
I mean, we've already seen in this game early on in the first 25 minutes that he's been indecisive again. Against Forest, he wasn't. Against Forest, he attacked the line, he got to the line, beat the player. Already today, a couple, 2-3 times, he's had that ball and he's dilly-dallied and the chance is gone.
Yeah. Arsenal 68% possession. Believe it or not, Palace have actually had more shots than us. Declan Rice there, just getting the ball on the rebound. Such a quality player. Here comes Martinelli now. Martinelli's just got to play the ball quicker. That's all.
It's a great ball, Havertz. You got to make an attempt for that.
Go on,
Havertz.
Eddie. Lovely footwork by Eddie. Go, come on. Is that a penalty, ref? I think it would have been a soft penalty. Great footwork there by Nketiah. Nketiah doing his best impression of Gabriel Jesus there with the footwork. Havertz gets brought down. Gary, have you seen it yet, Gary?
Yeah, I just see it.
Havertz is fouled. It's a free kick to Arsenal.
Great challenge by Declan Rice to win the ball back, though.
Rice. Yeah.
Brilliant challenge from Declan Rice. And yellow card given.
This is what I mean about Declan Rice. You've got all, people talk about Xhaka had some good defensive plays. This is the statistically best defensive midfielder in the Premier League. But not only that, you've got all the benefits of Xhaka, plus you've got a cooler, calmer head with the leadership. That's what I love. And
not to forget the athleticism.
Yeah, that's right. They're just replaying Eddie here. Does he bring him down? No. It's soft. It's really soft. And then the other thing about that, guys, is if Eddie died, then that's a yellow card, right? So when you're the ref, it's like, what is it? Is it a dive or is it a penalty? Make your mind up.
Well, you can go down under challenge, whether it's
he does have his hand on his shoulder though, Gary.
Yeah, there's a little pull, but I don't think that's enough to say he's dived or it's a penalty. Agreed. Because you've got to have that little. You can't just let him run past you. You've got to get that little tug. It depends on how long you hold on for.
Odegaard with the free kick. Yeah, Odegaard with the free kick. Here we go.
I am still complaining.
Oh! It goes wide. Thomas Partey header. It goes wide. But you know what I like in there? Partey 6'1", Havertz 6'3", Declan Rice 6'1", Tomiyasu 6'2". You've got some big boys in there for set pieces, guys.
6'4". Is Partey only 6'1"?
Yeah,
I thought he was taller than that.
Yeah.
I'd say if we was to sell Thomas Partey this season, it would be a travesty.
I know, mate. I know.
It would be absolutely shocking.
Oh, Eddie Nketiah! Come on! Was he not fouled there? Was that not a penalty? Eddie Nketiah, what a great move by Eddie.
Havertz was pulled to the ground there.
I know. I thought it was a penalty. They should have VAR. Great turn by Eddie onto goal. Oh, Eddie hits the post. Oh, God. But he's been dragged down. Shirt pulled, dragged down. Oh, come on, VAR.
This is where VAR is so inconsistent.
Oh,
we saw it a couple of times on the weekend.
That was close. In fact, I actually think that if he had got that on target, the goalkeeper might have saved that with his right leg. The right leg is stretched out. It just beats the right leg, but then it hits the post. So it's a really close one to call there. I think if Eddie gets that on target, then it's probably a save. But what a great turn by Eddie.
Yeah, I just see it.
Thoughts, Gary?
Yeah. That's what Eddie brings to the team. He has got the foot. Maybe not like a Jesus, as good as Jesus, but he has got decent footwork, and he can turn on a sixpence. The only thing he's done wrong there is not score.
Did you see what I meant, though? That if you look at the replay, the goalie's got his right leg stretched out and the ball is an inch away. So if the ball comes more inside on target, I think the goalie gets a foot to that.
I think he was losing his balance, weren't he? He's just, as he's fallen, he's just put his foot to it, and that's it. That's why he doesn't score. But that's what Eddie brings. He's sharp in them areas.
Best chance of the game so far, guys.
I think Eddie's actually more lethal than Jesus.
Yeah, well, he's got a better goal scoring record. Yeah, not so much assists. I think that's where, that's where he could improve his game on the assist side. But as far as goals,
just too much in it from that ball from Ben White.
Yeah. Oh, just unlucky for Eddie, man. Eddie's such a weapon, man. G saying, Nabil, Rice nowhere near as high up the pitch as he was last week. No, because he's settled more. Look, if you're going to mess around with Thomas Partey on that inverted play, you can't afford to have Rice further up the pitch. You just can't. It's by design. Whatever you're looking for Rice to do up front as a number 8, Havertz is doing. So Rice has got to be your stay-at-home number 6. Yeah, there's no choice in the matter. If you've got Thomas Partey playing as that inverted right back, you cannot have Rice gallivanting up the pitch trying to help the attack. You just can't. You have to have some stability in the midfield. You have to have some coordination of line and structure in order for you to facilitate a good attack.
I think as good as we've been in this opening half an hour, I still think that Odegaard hasn't really been involved, and nor has Havertz.
Yeah. Oh, that's offside, man. Come on, Odegaard. You got to know that, man. You got to know that. Yeah, you got to know that, man. Yeah, this is that's a foul to Arsenal. Come on, that's a foul. So that's an Arsenal free kick. Cam is saying Havertz made one decent play so far, at least. Tomiyasu looks like Bambi on ice when getting run at. Eddie just plays the ball well with Martinelli. Eddie looking like a boss as a striker. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a bit of time. I mean, what's going on? Something going? Oh, Declan Rice. Is that contacts? Is he wearing contacts?
Yeah, looks like a contact lens issue.
Damn, Declan Rice needs glasses. What on earth is that all about? It's 24. It happens, guys.
I wonder if he went to Specsavers. Other opticians are available.
Nabil saying, I don't like this at all. In fact, Nabil, this game has started exactly how it started last season when we went up there and won 2-0. This is exactly how the game started. Like us dominating
he needed a
possession. Mirror. Yeah. Oh, we needed a mirror.
He needed a mirror to put the contact lens back in.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's weird, man. Nabil says, just play the same players and the same team. Just replace Xhaka with Havertz or Rice. There's no room for both. Yeah, I think he is trying new things though at the same time. Here we go.
Oh, Saliba's give it
It's a
away.
great tackle by Saliba.
Great tackle, but
Yeah.
he shouldn't have given it away in the first place.
Agreed, but that's a great tackle there. People just worrying whether that's going to be a penalty. When you go down and commit like that, you've got to know you're getting the ball. Everything could go wrong there, and it could be a penalty shot. But Saliba, yeah, good recovery there, Gary, from Saliba.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you play on the right foot or on the left side. He wants to control it on his right foot, and that's what creates the mistake.
Yeah. Saliba, and remember, guys, Saliba's running with a striker.
Close.
You talk about pace. He's running down a striker. 20 yards. Brilliant play. Arsenal now pick it up on that right-hand side. Saka not really been involved in the game as such. Great run by Declan Rice, and it's through. Eddie! Oh, he goes over the bar.
Yeah, just missed it.
It looked like the ball bubbled in front of him. Oh, what a great move. Declan Rice there. Who said Declan Rice wasn't getting involved up front? Ball comes through, triangles here with Odegaard and Saka. Rice makes the late run into the box, gives it to Eddie. The ball does bubble before he kicks it.
That's a great run from Declan Rice, though.
Yeah. Look at the ball. Look at the ball. The ball does bubble. Yeah.
I think he's got to score.
He's got a score there, yeah.
Got to score.
Eddie hits the post on one and goes over the bar with the other chance. It's coming. I did say Nketiah was going to score, didn't I, guys? I did say he was going to score tonight, looking the most dangerous out of everyone on the pitch.
Yeah, he just too high up on his shin, is it?
Yeah. Wow. Andrew saying, my response to Nabil is when the key players are missing and same formation may not be appropriate.
Just showing the Saliba tackle again.
Yeah.
What a tackle that is. Unbelievable tackle.
But guys, I'm not gonna I'm not painting this up for you guys, but Declan Rice has taken control of this game. Declan Rice is taking control of this game. This is kind of what I wanted to see, Gary. I just wanted to see how the guy can influence the state of play. And he's really taken the control of the game. Guys, this is what 100 million looks like. I'm just saying, if you've no idea the options of how Arsenal can adapt to pressure from the opposition. Saka getting a little bit more involved in play, but I'd like to see him come in a little bit more. Too isolated for me.
I like to see him and Martinelli swap wings occasionally.
Yeah, ball comes in there from Odegaard, gets knocked out. Two players have gone down, so it's a collision of heads. Looks like it's Odegaard and Edouard. Guys, Declan Rice is so good, man. I mean, I don't know if you're watching the game or not, man, but I'm going to tell you how it is right now. Declan Rice is having a burner right now.
Yeah, it's not a clash of heads. He gets elbowed in the back of his head from Edouard. Gets a forearm in the back of the head.
So why did Edouard pretend he was hurt? Get up,
because
man.
I don't know what other Arsenal player it was. I think it was Ben White. As he's come in, he's fallen over. He's fallen over Edouard's legs, and his hand just brushed Edouard's head. Just brushed it.
Guys, it should be 1-0 to Arsenal, and Declan Rice should have got his first assist for the team.
I think it should be 3-0 to Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal well in control of this game. And Nabil, that's what I was saying to you. It reminds me, it's very reminiscent of last season's game when we went up there and really just controlled the game. All aspects of the game just so controlled.
We scored early last year, though, didn't we? Didn't Martinelli score in the first couple of minutes?
I think it was 9th minute or something like that. Yeah, quite an early goal. Which he could have done again this game had he pulled the trigger. I mean, Havertz having a good game. You can see him just harassing the midfield. And there, Havertz comes back, makes a tackle. Yeah, what a play. Havertz comes back, wins the ball off Edouard, and it's spawned a Martinelli attack now. Great play there by Havertz. See, guys, the little things make such a big difference.
I don't know how he got a free kick for that, though, to be honest with you. But hey,
well, he stuck his leg out, didn't he? So he had to give it. Mind you, the linesman's flag was up because of it. Ref didn't want to know at first. Ooh, good turn there by Eddie. Go on. That's nice, Eddie. He goes wide to Saka. Come on, Saka, man. No, Saka goes over the bar now. Oh, 40 minutes gone, guys. It's all Arsenal. It's all Arsenal. They've had the better chances, although the game can really still... I mean, don't count Palace out of this game at all. Yeah? Because Palace look threatening.
Saka's got to feed that ball across.
Yeah, I know.
When he comes back inside, Martinelli... Everyone's pulled back towards the penalty spot. Once he cuts back inside, he's got to feed it.
He wants to do his trademark. He wants to do his trademark, cut it on his left foot and then curl it in the top left corner. That's what he's trying to do. Arsenal, just such a physical team now. Just the presence. Martinelli switches play, goes out to Thomas Partey. Partey with a really good ball to Saka. Saka one-on-one in tons of space. He goes back to Partey. Arsenal build up play on the right-hand side now, guys. I mean, guys, a goal is coming. A goal is coming. Partey lofts a lovely ball over to Martinelli. Come on, lads. Oh, what a save! Wow, what a save!
Yeah,
Gary, talk to me.
I heard this stat earlier. I haven't seen it yet, mate. You're a little bit ahead of me. So I've got it coming now.
Odegaard from 30 yards. The goalkeeper makes a fantastic save.
So Saka equals Paul Merson's 82 appearance record tonight. In a row, consecutive appearances.
What is going on, Victor? Guys, it's all Arsenal, man. It's all Arsenal. Sam Johnson putting on a brilliant save there. Here comes a corner. It's a good one. Come on.
Great save. That's what we want to do. We need to shoot more. We need to shoot more from distance. Something that we don't do enough.
He's taking it quick. He's in tons of space. Go on, Partey. Just deliver a quality cross. There you go. Oh, Martinelli gets the volley all wrong. He gets the volley all wrong. What a goal that would have been. That would have been Van Persie, Van Basten-esque if Martinelli had scored from there, mate.
I don't know why he doesn't take it down on his chest.
Yes, he got the time to take 2 touches on that. They're just showing you that Odegaard. What a cracking shot though, Odegaard. The ball's dipping to the underbar, and Sam Johnson. Anywhere else in
the goal, it's in.
Yeah, agreed. So, guys, we've had a close save there from Odegaard, and Nketiah missing a lob, and Nketiah hitting the post, and 2 chances really where that Martinelli's had. Honestly, Arsenal could be 3-4 goals up in this game. I agree with you, Gary. I said 1-0. I disagree. I agree with Gary. It could be 3 or 4 goals up in the first half. Palace should consider themselves lucky here.
I say Palace have got no options on the bench apart from midfielders and attackers. Their squad is well short.
Yeah.
I think it's another case tonight of the only people that can bring us down is ourselves. We've managed to let Forest back in the game. And I don't think Palace are going to have much joy.
No, they don't have much, but remember when I said I can see what Arteta's doing, coaching-wise, I can understand the reason to suppress Trossard, because when this game comes into 60, 65 minutes, then you want to pour more pressure on them. And then you've got guys like Trossard, Smith-Rowe, Vieira, Nelson all coming on, giving you something a little bit more
Terrible
different,
ball, Martinelli,
more
man.
energy.
Terrible.
So I can see the thinking behind it. At the moment, the team wasn't designed to close out games. And now you've got all that talent coming off the bench. I think that you're more designed now to close out games with that kind of talent. Some people saying Trossard should start, but there's a method in the madness, guys. Arsenal just playing so well in the midfield. For me, Declan Rice has been the pick of the bunch, guys. He's been top player right now. Not put a foot wrong. Running back, making tackles in defence, playing the overlap, getting up there, supporting the strikers.
It's a great little interception header there. Ben White heads the ball and Declan Rice just nips in front of the Palace player and then heads it back to Saliba.
Yeah, it is almost a back three, which was the same last week. It's the same what we saw last week. It's almost a back three, Partey playing as an option midfielder. You can see he's picked up the ball here in the midfield, and it just allows the team more men and to have a tighter circle, that tighter shape, and to press more and put the player on the box. Here's Eddie again in the box.
Only 2 minutes added on.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Saka. Odegaard loses the ball there, and it's 3 against 3. Look at the speed Tomiatsu's getting back to support. Don't let him shoot. That's well played by Declan Rice. Yeah, Declan Rice is the guy that makes a tackle there. So, you know, there is that danger there of Palace making a break with the pace that they have. But make no mistake, guys, Arsenal in full control of this game. Thomas Partey on Ayew now. Crystal Palace just trying to slow the ball down, just trying to get a breather. But Arsenal, do they win it back? No, they don't. Odegaard a bit soft in his challenge there.
Half time, 0-0.
Yeah, yeah.
How we haven't gone in a goal or so to the good, I don't even know.
But we've dominated the game, mate. You know, as far as a performance, it's a good performance. But yeah, I mean, strikers miss chances. That's what happens. You know, people miss chances. But Eddie, I think Eddie's had a really good half here. Really gone close, hitting the post. Should have done well with the dink. You know, dinking it over the goalkeeper is something. It would have been wonderful if he had done it. It would have been a charming goal. But yeah, I think half-time, guys. Let me change the banner. Oh, let me change the banner here. Half-time. Here we go. So yeah, so that's where we are, guys. It's half-time at Selhurst Park, and although there hasn't been any goals, guys, it's been a really entertaining game. Just ask my neighbours hearing me scream out when we nearly. I tell you that honestly, when the Odegaard hit that, I thought it was in the back of the net, mate.
It was a great strike, just right down the keeper's throat, though. Anywhere else in the goal, that's in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, guys, I don't think I've got many negatives really. Just a missed chance, but I don't think I've got much negatives from the back line. Saliba's really getting well there in recovery. Tomiatsu's been okay. Ben White, I thought, has had a really good game. Thomas Partey's been offering support on that right-hand side, which is what Saka needs. For me, when Thomas Partey makes that support on the right, Saka, you then come inside and be an option striker. We don't want you as a winger when Partey's there supporting you in that role with Odegaard. If they're making triangles, I want to see you come into the middle and become an option striker. Havertz, I thought, has had a good first half, although he died a little bit off towards the end of the half. Odegaard's been busy. Declan Rice has been fantastic. For me, he's been the pick of the bunch. Martinelli's livened up a welly. I think he had a slow start, but he's livened up as well. All in all, guys, really good first half. Very entertaining. Gary?
Yeah, I think we've been solid. Look really good going forward. Should have had a couple of goals. I think Havertz just needs to get that little bit more involved in the attacking third. There's a couple of times when, you know, he's 6'3", we've got the ball out wide with Martinelli and Saka or Tomiyasu and Partey. Just go and put yourself in the box. Let the cross come in and see if you can score yourself a header. You know, that's even if he's playing as the 8, arrive late in the box. The same with Declan Rice. Arrive late in the box. See if you can put your head on something. It's an option that we've got now. You know, if Rice is going to be bombing into the area, Havertz the same. It's an option that we've got to utilise. But apart from that, I can't say any negatives at all, to be honest. Saliba recovered his mistake, so you can't criticise him because it didn't lead to anything. You know, maybe Martinelli, if you're being really harsh, Martinelli's just got to be a bit more decisive in what he's attempting to do. We saw that last week against Forest. You know, beat the man, cause havoc. Today, he's gone back to the Martinelli that's indecisive and doesn't know whether he wants to run, if he wants to pass, if he wants to turn in, if he wants to turn out. Just make up your mind and just make something happen.
Yep.
But overall, a pleasing first half. Just a shame that we've gone in 0-0.
Right, guys, what's your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's hear what your thoughts are, guys. If my television's too loud, guys, let me know. And let me read out what you guys' thoughts are on the first half. Victor, Victor said, what's up to everybody? What's going on, man? G says, Rice is going to take over this midfield. He already has.
That's what he was built for.
Yeah, he already has. They sold Xhaka, and Partey's been taken out of that role. It's been taken out of it. And Rice is having a blinder today. I gave him a 7 last week. He's trying to find his feet a little bit. This week, Rice is more like an 8. He's more like an 8 out of 10 from what I'm seeing from Rice now. Looks like what he's been saying in his last few interviews, I've got to get myself up to speed quick because we don't have the time for me to be learning stuff. And he's really caught on. He's really, whatever they were doing in practice last week, Rice is delivering a performance right now. G saying Rice is immense. Crazy. When Nketiah plays our combination play near the opposition box, is dangerous. Defenders hate his presence. That's what I was saying. If you're a defender and you got this guy bearing down on you, it's not good because you're not going to have the time to play the ball out of the back. And when you're the goalkeeper, all Nketiah is doing is closing you down, and that's not a good thing to do as well because now you got to rush your play. So Cam's saying Saka is trying to do too much. Been the new system. Oh, come on, guys. Let's give the new system time. What is going on? It's only been two
yeah,
games,
I think Cam, that's a bit of a harsh comment, Cam. He's actually saying take Eddie off. Take Eddie off. Are you kidding? Have you not seen the performance that he's putting in the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it is Saka doing too much. I think you got to know when to be outside as a attacking winger and come inside as a striker option. And as I said, when Partey is getting up to support Odegaard the way he is, Saka should not be out there on the right because that's then 3 players occupying the same space. And if your triangles are working, once you give the give and goes, then you should be bolting into closer to the 6-yard line. And I don't think that Saka's doing that. Saka hasn't been a threat on goal yet. And I think that's what the game's missing. The game's missing him coming into the box and supporting Nketiah, in that regard. So, yeah, I do think Saka's got to pick it up a little bit. Emerson, big up to you, bro. He says good evening to Apollo and Gary. And what's going on? Shout out to my brother Alex. Partey at right back. It's Partey in the midfield, to be honest. Ben White is playing more of a right back role in this game so far. I would love to see the heat map. It would probably be the same as it was last week. But I've only seen Partey come back into that right back spot a couple of times. It's mainly been
basically
Ben
three at
White.
the back, innit? White, Saliba, and Tomiyasu.
Yeah. Emerson says, Apollo, you need to wear that. Yeah, it's in the wash, actually. That's why I'm not wearing it today. I've got Ramsdale. I'm supporting Ramsdale today. I've got the goalkeeper top on.
I don't know. I bet you got rare. I bet you got rare on the back, didn't you? Turn around, let's see.
You know what's on the back, man. What's on the back is consistent, bro. Yeah, what's on the back is consistent, man. Emerson say, yeah, to wear the top. Andrew's saying, I'm not watching, so guided by your commentary. Yeah, bro. Trying to tell it like how it is. Overall, guys, Arsenal have had 9 shots in the first half of the Premier League.
One on target, isn't it?
Yeah. Last time they had that without scoring was 2019 Boxing Day. But Crystal Palace have only managed 6 touches in Arsenal box. But Declan Rice has easily been the best player on the pitch. No competition.
Yeah. He's been good at both ends. He made a good run into the box to set up Eddie, the one that hit the post, I believe. And then he's got back a couple of times with really good defensive work, picking up the little loose bits that fall in front of the defenders and getting in behind the defence, covering. So, excellent performance from him so far.
Yeah, it's been madness. But Palace have got that breakaway threat there, guys. But at the moment, it's been nullified by William Saliba. And so he's been able to really cover up any runs that Edouard or Ayew are making. Ben White's taking care of Ayew on that side, and Edouard has been taken care of by Saliba. So they can afford to just push that extra man up, which is what Arsenal's been doing. And they're dominating the game. Victor saying we just can't break them. Yeah, they're a good team, bro. Like I said, Liverpool and Man United couldn't win here last year. Their home record was really good. It was their away record for Palace that was atrocious. They only lost 5 games out of the 19 last season. They only lost 5 games at home. So they're a very good team at home. Andrew again reiterating that patience is the key. And patience is in short supply from the fans. Agree with that as well. Nay, good to see you, girl. She says, we have played well, but need to score. Palace are happy with a draw, but we need to win today. Yeah, I mean, look, if we play like how we did now in the first half, then the goal is coming. Yeah, that's the goal is coming. We've had our chances. As Gary said, we could be up 3 or 4. Easily, we could be up 3 or 4.
I think the important thing, Apollo, is that you keep creating the chances. You don't sort of like create one, miss it, and then you just kind of muck about playing it around left to right, right to left, backwards and forwards. We've created like 4 or 5 good opportunities. Yeah. So that's the important thing, that you just keep creating, and eventually you're hopeful that we'll take one, if not more. But I can't see Palace scoring.
Yeah, because guys, essentially, what you're seeing here is a 2 at the back, a 3 in the midfield, and then a 5 up front. That's the staple play of possession in this game that we're dominating. But there has to be variations to that. Saka's got to come in and provide himself as a striker option. That needs to happen. And Martinelli's just got to do something. We saw what he did last week when he was able to pass the ball into good situations. He doesn't do it much. As I said, he's got the least assists out of all the players in our front line. And so that we're just missing a little bit of that. And so, look, the Havertz, Martinelli left-hand side thing is a work in progress. That's what it is. It's a work in progress. But then the option with that is that Trossard comes on and just is dynamic in that role. At the latter part when people are starting to get tired. So really, it's a formula that should work, guys. It's a formula that should work. Victor's waving a pinky hand. Pinky waving hand. Cam is saying, Odegaard is weak. You know, every time he loses possession, and the team go back to the other end and score, he's got to be strong on the game. There was an instance here where he was surrounded by 3 Palace players, and then that's when they created that one-on-one situation with Saliba and Edouard. So, yeah, Odegaard has got to be careful in possession. He's got to be quicker making decisions. But then again, remember, guys, teams are game planning against him. That's why he had 3 Palace players around him.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of scenarios last season where he give away possession sloppily and it's led to a goal. So it's something that he has to be mindful of and cut out of his game.
That's right. I mean, guys, Roy Hodgson might be 76, but he still knows how football works. He still understands how the game is played. And so you got to give credit to Palace as well, guys. They are they're making it tough for us, and they are a danger down at the other end. By no means is this game an easy outfit for us. Yeah, by no means. I just don't know. Let's have a look at the bench again and see. Because I don't think Zinchenko, I can't remember.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Yeah, he's on the bench, yeah.
He is, okay. So we've got Zinchenko, Kivior, Gabriel, Jorginho, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Vieira, Trossard. Man, that's a lot of options. That's a hell of a lot of options. That's a lot of options. So any changes I would like to see, Zinchenko on for Tomiyasu, Trossard on for Martinelli.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you know that Martinelli can just appear and do something quick time fast, but you know Trossard can also do the same.
And Trossard's a better passer and creator of the ball than Martinelli is, so it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, it really is.
I'd be more inclined to go for Havertz off and Trossard on.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. What else?
Would you give Smith Rowe a run out?
I would, but not yet. No, he's more of an 80th minute sub for me. I would actually take off Saka in the 80th and put on Nelson. That's what I would do. I know Arteta doesn't think like me, but you've got so much with Nelson, man.
Yeah, listen, I like Reece Nelson. I like Reece Nelson. I think Nelson's going to be more inclined to come on the left, isn't he, rather than the right? No, but there's so many options. He's blessed so far, Arteta. You know, there's no excuses for lack of depth. He's blessed with that bench. It's up to him how he uses it.
Yeah, true.
So I've got the players just coming back out.
Yeah, I'm about to kick off. Emerson says it's already underway. They've kicked off now for me, so my game's underway. Cam says, unfortunately, Zinchenko is not the sub to bring on. Rather adapt our forward line, and we can do that by bringing on Trossard and taking off Havertz. He agrees with you, Gary.
Yeah, I think Havertz has just got to offer more in the attacking third. We've seen him doing bits and pieces in the middle, but get in the box, use your height, use your strength, hold it up, flick it on, score a header. That's what we want from him. Oh, Partey's got done at right back.
Yeah.
And it's got a chance and it's fired across from Mitchell.
Yeah. I just saw that.
See, that's where you don't want Partey defending in them situations. As a midfielder, your job is to win the ball. You can't win the ball all the time. As a fullback, you learn, you defend a bit more, you know?
Yeah. So where are we now? What are the guys saying? Tony says he's 15 seconds ahead of us. So a couple of the guys are away. Tony's away today. He's not home. Vincey's away as well. We were talking to Vincey when we did the Back Five show. He was in the car. So yeah, a couple of the guys away today. Emerson saying corner for Arsenal. And that's where I am now. Look at that lovely play. I mean, Havertz's link play is so nice. He picks up these spaces with his movement, gets the ball, makes it easy, plays it forward to people in space. And that really helps us.
But see, from when he plays in Saka,
Yeah.
he's got to make that run into the box to become another attacker, not loiter on edge. That's where you want Odegaard.
Yeah, that's right. I don't
Make
think
that
Saka's
run
playing
into the
well
box.
today. I've got to be
No,
honest, I don't think Saka's playing
But he
well
puts
today.
in a decent cross there, and a late runner, with the guy the size of Havertz, has got a chance to get his head on that.
Yeah.
But if you're not in there, it's not going to happen. You've got to make the effort.
Agreed. It was close to handball, that was. Saka doing so well to win the ball back for Arsenal there. Well done, Saka. Well done. Get the cross in. Let's go straight to the goalie. Oh, really, really well done there, Saka. Well done for winning the ball back there. Your manager would love that. He's onside. He's just got to cut it back a little bit more. That's straight to the goalkeeper, that cross. Declan Rice, guys, is at the head of everything that's going on good for Arsenal. Palace now trying to play the ball out of their back. Look, they've just got Havertz is in their face. Look, Ben White's in their face. Eddie's in their face, and it forces Palace to go long, and it goes out of play, and it goes back to Arsenal. And the press, Gary, all starts with Havertz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody moves up in symbiosis.
He's doing the job we want him to do in the midfield, but we also want him to do a job in that box. And that, if you can bring that into this game, like say he plays the ball to Saka, but then he sort of just walks to the edge of the box. He's not making that lung-busting run to get his head on it.
Yeah.
And that's what we want from him. So that great ball, William Saliba. Come on, Thomas. Great ball. Go on, Ed. Go on, Eddie. Go on, Saka. What are you turning around the ball like you're on Strictly Come Dancing?
Yeah, I think Saka got lost, got a bit lost there.
Oh, Martinelli. Why haven't you hit that, Martinelli?
Partey found him well there, didn't he?
Yeah, great ball.
Oh, he had two hands behind his back, so I don't think that was handball.
Yeah, there was no appeal.
Yeah.
But see, he took that on his left foot. But in the first half, he had a chance to shoot, didn't take it, wanted to get back on his right.
Yeah, I think the coach might, Arteta might have given a little bit of stick for that.
Great punch from Johnson there.
Yeah, he might have given him a little bit of stick for that.
Ref, Andre Ayew holding Saka. He's already on the yellow.
Yeah, come on.
He's already on the yellow.
G says Eddie's got our best two chances. It's been close, but nothing but what's that, Viril? I've just seen Michael Owen analysing these chances and saying that Eddie's chances weren't easy ones. They weren't easy ones.
I don't think any chance is an easy chance. Oh, great ball.
Penalty to Arsenal. Penalty.
Yes, penalty to Arsenal.
Eddie, that's Nketiah. That's a penalty to Arsenal, guys.
Quick free kick taken. Eddie gets there first. The keeper brings him down. Martinelli's picking up the ball.
Oh, because Saka keeps missing.
They're just showing it again. Yes, definitely. 100% penalty. 100%.
Yeah.
Great touch by Eddie with his left foot.
But guys, it was the quick thinking of Martinelli to find
the strong running from Eddie.
Yeah,
he looks at the keeper and literally he goes into overdrive.
That's right. Yeah.
100% penalty. Martinelli's run off to get the ball, I believe. Whether he's giving it to Saka or not, I don't know.
VAR are taking a look at it as they should.
Nah, there's nothing to be overturned there. Oh, no, what they're looking at? They're looking at a Thomas Partey foul. They're saying, did Thomas Partey pull back Gay?
That's soft. Yeah, that's soft. That's soft. That's not a foul on Partey. That's not a foul.
He's saying, did he block him off? That's what they're looking at.
Yeah.
Checking possible foul play. No, the penalty's given, I believe. Who's taking it?
Yeah, penalty stands, guys.
Saka's got the ball in his hand.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, Odegaard. Yeah, Saka's thrown it to Odegaard.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Saka don't want none of that. Saka don't want that kind of pressure.
To be honest, I think it's good to take the thing. It's good to take the pressure off him. Come on, the captain. In it goes. 1-0 Arsenal.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Get in there, son.
And you know what? I think that's a great decision. It's a great decision by Arteta to take the penalties away from Saka, just to take the pressure off of him. Take the pressure off of him.
Don't you think it was Saka that took the penalty away from Saka?
Well, whichever way it was.
Yeah.
Whichever way it was, it's the right decision in my book.
Yeah, yeah. As cool and calm as it gets, Odegaard, 1-0 Arsenal, the captain, opens up his bank account for the season, and Arsenal go 1-0 up, guys. And that was the goal that we were missing. Look, it was a penalty all day long. I thought it was soft when their play went down. Partey's hands was actually close to his chest like that. Yeah? Partey's hands was close to his chest. So there's no way he impedes him. But it's just a great set. You can see the cool, calm, collected,
excellent
with his movement, dummy in his feet as well. Sam Johnson didn't know which way he was going to go. Arsenal 1-0. Come on, Gary, get in there.
You know what? It's I'm just going back to the quick free kick. But Eddie, if you look at it, his eyes are fixed on the keeper, and he thinks, you know what? I've got to make this, and he busts his guard. He busts his gut. And he gets there, and instead of touching it with his right, he touches it with his left. So he makes sure that he's going to get clattered.
Well, he makes sure, this is the most important thing, he makes sure he gets a touch on the ball.
Exactly. But that's why he went with his left. He went with his left to touch it away from the keeper, knowing full well that the keeper's going to clatter him.
Yeah, yeah.
And Cam saying, take him off. Please, Cam.
I know, yeah, yeah. So, Cam, that was absolute gibberish, that was. Because,
here come Palace. Palace Palace have worked it well here.
Yeah.
Jordan Ayew. Oh, gee, I thought that went in.
Guys.
Hit the side netting. I thought it went in.
Hit the side net. Yeah, hit the side netting.
I see the net ripple, and I'm thinking there's silence because my TV's turned down.
But Gary, this is what you want, because Palace now are going to bring 2 extra men forward. This is what you want. All it means for us with a back 3 is that Partey sits in front of there to help Declan Rice protect the line. Right,
so Arsenal, when scoring first, they've won in 36 games, they've won 32 and they've drawn 4. They haven't lost when scoring first.
Yeah. Clean sheet is
well
most
done,
important
Kai
thing about
Havertz.
today, mate.
Well done, Kai Havertz. Eddie, that's a sloppy ball, Eddie.
Yeah, they've got to be careful because, Palace is going to be bringing more players up into the attack now.
Well, that's it. It's game on now.
Saka, you got to make that tackle, man.
Palace have to come out, and Palace have done more in the last 2 minutes since we scored than they have done in the previous 45.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, that's well played, Arsenal. That's well defended. That's well defended.
No, Thomas Partey. Why did you give it away there?
Oh, no. I honestly, mate.
Well done. Free kick, edge of the box.
Yeah, mate.
It looked like Saliba won the ball, to be honest with you.
I would take Partey off and put on Gabriel. I'd take Partey off and put on Gabriel. If you put Gabriel on, that's your back 4.
No, it is a free kick. But Saliba comes in, he doesn't need to make that challenge. Just put yourself in between him and the ball.
Yeah.
Just put yourself in between the ball and the goal. That's it.
This is dangerous here. This is dangerous position here.
I know what's happened.
Yeah, this is a really dangerous position. This is.
Ramsdale showed him a lot of the goal. Free kick, and it's over the bar. I'll get it.
Yeah. Oh, sweating from that one, man. Sweating. I've yeah. Listen, let me go and get a drink. We're back in 2 seconds.
Go on, mate. So let's not shoot ourselves in the foot. Let's not let Palace back into this game. Since we've scored, it's been all Palace. They've had 2 or 3 opportunities. Now Arsenal, Saliba at the back. See it out, Thomas. See it out. Well run. Again, not where we want Partey running back towards his own goal with a sprint. So Partey's gone and got the ball and he's thrown it to Ramsdale and the referee's telling him to cut out the nonsense for time wasting. He didn't have to go and get the ball. Well played, Martinelli. Come, you're going to get booked for taking too long. Yeah, Tomiyasu. Oh, shut up, ref. That's ridiculous. So Tomiyasu's got a yellow card for taking too long with the throw. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. He had the ball in his hand for about 5 seconds and he receives a yellow card for taking too long. Good turn, Tommy. Tomiyasu driving well. And it's an Arsenal throw. So Tomiyasu just got a yellow card. Basically,
how have we been the only team in the league that's been booked for 2 yellow cards on throw-ins?
Listen, I watched a couple of games over the weekend where their players took an eternity to throw the ball. Tomiyasu's come all the way up from left back to take the throw. He's got the ball in his hand for 4 or 5 seconds. Yellow card straight away.
Oh my God!
It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. What's he just going to do? Throw it to a Palace player?
Unbelievable.
You know, if the referee's going to sit there and count to 5 in every single game, fair enough. But I saw games over the weekend where players were taking an eternity to take a throw. Well done, Havertz. Stopped a quick free kick there. I said, hold on, isn't this not time wasting?
Exactly.
So Eddie was going to take the free kick, then he walked over and left it. You missed as well. So the ball got played in behind Partey. He's run it out of play, shepherded it out. He went and got the ball. He threw it to Ramsdale. Ramsdale was just sort of like in between the 6-yard line and the 18-yard line. So Partey threw the ball. The ball landed just outside the area. The referee had to go at Partey for time wasted.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't have to go and get the ball. He could have left it. Come on, Saka. Oh, Saka, you're taking an age to turn there. You should have played on your left. Oh, Partey strikes. Keeper saves. Call it Arsenal.
Yeah, Party caught it. He didn't catch it the way he wanted to.
Yeah, too central.
Yeah. But we should be killing them off now, Gary. No holding back because they're pushing out a little bit now. Cam says he's talking to Emerson. He says,
Look on by
credit where
Party.
credit's due.
Yeah, Eddie. Well played, Eddie. Now turn Martinelli.
He
What
says
is that?
credit where credit's due. Palace has really set up.
Martinelli. Sorry, Odegaard.
Odegaard, yeah. Yeah, no, I think Palace is set up really well. I think Palace is set up really well. From the get-go, this was going to be hard for us to break them down. Cam says Eddie is really sharp. He won that penalty. Brilliant movement from Eddie again. Eddie showing he's the total package as a Premier League striker. Well, of course he is.
So Havertz has had one touch in the box in the whole 62 minutes.
Yeah, because you can see here he's shifted up everywhere, hasn't he? He's been on that right-hand side, which I would expect Odegaard to take that spot up on.
Well played, Declan Rice. Comfortable.
Yeah. There's a reason why 6 teams came in for Eddie, bro. In terms of the total package of striker, you don't score 31 goals in 46 starts without being a good striker, mate.
No. I've always been a fan of Eddie. Always. I've always thought he had a lot to offer. It was just whether he was going to take his chance, and he's proved that when he's had his opportunities, more times or not, he's taken them. You're not going to expect a striker to score in every game.
Exactly.
That's it. Just keep the ball, Arsenal. Keep it moving. Simple football.
Saka's been poor today. I think Saka's been quite poor today.
I think it's Trossard time.
Yeah, me too.
Trossard and Gabriel.
And see, this is the thing, right? This is where I challenge Arteta. If Saka's not having his best game, you're 1-0 up, you're not impacting or affecting the game, then put someone else on. Put someone else on. What you've done is
strong run from Declan Rice there.
Yeah, that's great run by Declan. Look how strong he is holding them off. Excellent there by Declan.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Apollo. You know, you got to play players for what they're doing. And no, Martinelli's had a poor game. Saka hasn't really been involved.
Yeah.
So can you change it up somehow?
Yeah.
You got the players on the bench. You Smith Rowe.
Exactly. Rotate.
Trossard, Vieira. Not that I'm a fan of Vieira, but you know, if you're going to play him in the right position, maybe he can come on and he's the guy that can unlock a low block.
Because remember, Gary, those guys are trying to make an impression on the first team as well.
Yeah, so when they get their chance, you need them to grasp it with both hands.
Exactly.
Oh, Saliba, Salih. Oh. Keeper's ball.
Yeah, that's keepers. Oh, you're slightly ahead of me now. I'm 65 minutes.
65-20, I am.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm 65-20 right now.
Yeah, 65-25 now.
Yeah. So you're 5 seconds ahead of me. Guys out there in the chat in Arsenal land, how are you doing? What's going on? What's your thoughts of the game so far?
Great ball, Tomiyasu. Come on, Martinelli, now do something.
Yeah, that is a great ball by Tomiyasu there. Cut it
Eddie,
back.
why are you trying to turn and shoot there, Eddie?
Yeah, to be honest with you,
and Havertz flashes it just wide.
Oh, wow.
Eddie picks up the ball and he's trying to turn and shoot. He's got to lay it back.
He's probably thinking there's one guy marking him, but he doesn't realise. Look, you can see here. Yeah.
He's got to lay that back. And Havertz way wide.
66 minutes. I think you look for a substitution now. Nay says we need one more goal. Bring on Trossard.
Hold on. Tomiyasu's created a foul here. He's sent off. Tomiyasu sent off.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Tomiyasu sent off.
Oh my.
To be honest.
Oh Oh, Jesus Christ.
So we're down to 10 men. The first yellow card for the throw-in was ridiculous. The second one, so the ball's over the top. What? Are you kidding? He hasn't touched him.
Referee's giving it for a shirt.
What shirt, Paul? What shirt, Paul? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he hasn't. Yeah, you're right.
He hasn't touched him.
Yeah.
The ball's gone over the top.
See,
They
think
both
that should go to
turn.
VAR.
They both turn, and Ayew falls to the ground without any contact.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But what about Ayew?
They're
When he was
afraid
on the
now
yellow
to
card?
go. They're
And he
afraid to
pulled
go
back
to the
Saka.
referee. They're afraid to go to the referee now in case they get booked again. Because remember
That
what
is
happened when
shocking.
Arteta. Remember what happened when Arteta complained in the chat and he got a yellow. So
Yeah, but
everyone's afraid now to challenge it.
what about in the first half when Ayew was pulling back Saka, allowing him not to turn on a yellow card?
Yeah.
Is that not a yellow card offence?
Yeah, that's harsh. That's
That is
harsh.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Only
That is
Arsenal, mate. Only Arsenal.
That is absolutely ridiculous. If anything, Ayew should have been booked for diving.
Yeah.
So Gabriel's coming on. I would assume it would be for Havertz, or surely not Eddie.
That's not even a yellow card.
No, that's ridiculous.
Also, that's our first red card in over a year. Remember, we used to get them all the time.
Surely that's got to be overturned.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will.
That is just a terrible. But where is VAR to say, I think you've got that wrong? Come and have a look at the screen.
Yeah,
A clear and obvious error.
And the thing is, VAR have already seen it. They've seen the replay.
There was no contact there. Yeah, there was no contact there that I saw. And now another free kick.
Yeah.
Ayew turning Havertz. He turns Havertz. He's away from Havertz, and the referee pulls it back for a free kick. No, it was a shirt pull, but he was away.
What the hell is going on here, man?
So Martinelli off, Gabriel on.
Yeah. Wow.
When I said earlier on that Arsenal the only people that can defeat them is us.
Yeah, but the only thing that I would have to challenge is the first yellow card was a bit harsh. But does Tomiyasu take some blame for that? I mean, Cam is saying that's what he gets for time wasting on that throw.
Yeah, but if there's time wasting, then there's time wasting. If I've run 50 yards to take the throw, and then I've got the ball in my hand for 5 seconds, how is that time wasting?
Yeah. I mean, look, if you look at the two events he got sent off for, come on. You're sending a player off for that. Oh, you're sending a player off for those two events. Come on, man. And then if you overturn it, if you overturn it.
Yeah, but Ayew in the first half gets booked, clearly pulls Saka back and allows him not to turn, foul, yellow card, the referee, free kick, play on. It's not consistent.
It's not.
And then there's no foul on Ayew.
Yeah.
Straight yellow card. He didn't even hesitate.
Look, does the manager also look? Nothing against Arteta, and I don't think Arteta did anything wrong. But because of these new rules now, do managers have to be more careful, Gary, in taking players off who have got yellow cards?
Well, if what you're saying is yes and no. If it's a defender and you're coming into the final 15, 20 minutes, then maybe. But you don't expect that to happen. In this day and age, that shouldn't be happening. The referee shouldn't get that wrong. VAR is there for a reason.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so why are they not using VAR? It's in my mind, that's a clear and obvious error.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, there's no contact.
We're not winning this game tonight, man.
And Palace appealing for a penalty. Thomas Partey, put your hand down.
Thomas Partey is saying. Thomas
Partey's saying yellow card.
Yellow card for a dive. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's saying yellow card for a dive, but you can't. So it's gone to VAR. It's gone to VAR. No way. Get out of here. Get out of here. He's turned inside Rice. He takes the next touch. Partey pulls his leg away and Eze throws his leg out.
Yeah. So isn't that so that should be a booking then?
He's inside Rice. There's no contact there in my mind. That is never a penalty.
Yeah,
it's a throw. But so that should be a dive.
It should be a booking, mate. It should be a booking. Dive. So how
Partey pulled his leg away and Eze threw his leg out.
Now for wasting time and you're not booking him for that. But come on, man. Where's the consistency? How are you booking guys for wasting time and you're not giving a guy a card for that? Oh, I just don't understand. I just don't get it.
2 yellow cards in 7 minutes for Tomiyasu. The first one was a joke, and the second one was even more of a joke. Maybe they should bring in like American style football where the manager has a challenge.
Yeah, I said that a long time ago.
To challenge things, because this is that was just ridiculous. There was no contact.
Yeah,
I knew that he couldn't get the ball, and he just went to ground.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Agenda.
This is where I'm glad that we have a player like Declan Rice. In this kind of situation, this is where a player like Declan Rice will come into his own.
Yeah,
because now we want him to do the dirty side of his game that he showed so well at West Ham.
That's right. Nay says ref has lost it. Cam says, why doesn't VAR check second yellows? They are pretty important. This is scandalous. G saying ref was begging to do something after being forced to give that 100% penalty. Compared to the AO super grab on Saka, no second yellow. Yeah.
That's what I said.
And look, and if you speak and voice your opinion,
it looks like Saka's got in at left. Saka's got in at left back, by the way.
See, that's just stupid.
So Saka's got in at left back,
even though he played there for a whole season under Emery.
Yeah, and then you got White, Gabriel, and Saliba, and Partey. So we've gone to a back five.
Man, this is...
See, now, this is where I would put Partey back in the middle.
Are we going to have to deal with this every week?
Now, drive Eddie. Great. Ref! Yellow card, please. Get your card out.
Look at
I demand it.
Come on, ref. You're not booked anybody all day, Crystal
Palace. He's not booking him either. He's not booking him either.
What is he doing? Why isn't he booking him? He's impeded an attack. That's a booking. I can't believe we have to sit there and watch this rubbish. You've got to be...
He hasn't booked him.
I don't understand what is going on here.
I'm sorry, man. This ref should be dropped. Not just for a week. You know, dropping these guys for a week shows them nothing.
Bias. He stopped a potential goal attack there, and there was no booking at all. Those aren't the rules.
Dropping these guys for a week shows them nothing. It just shows them that they can make a mistake, have a week off, and then come back and make another mistake. You should be dropped for a month.
That is shocking. That is absolutely shocking.
You know, honestly, that is beyond ridiculous. Well done, Thomas Partey. That's beyond ridiculous, Apollo. See, now we need to get fresh legs on because Eddie's 76 minutes in. You can't ask him to run for another 20 minutes into the channels and that. This is where we need Havertz to run in the channels and another midfielder on. Get Jorginho in the game.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Definitely Trossard. Nay saying, how is that not? I don't.
Oh, come on,
Nay,
Odegaard. Give him a chance, Odegaard.
Nay, they are absolutely messing around here. Nay, they are absolutely pulling our chain. And because you can't complain, what can you do? Did you see Albert Headphones walk over to Arteta and pull him back? Because Arteta was ready to go to the ref. You can't even complain now.
Honestly, I've seen some joke sendings off, but that is just ridiculous.
I don't understand it. Why wasn't there a yellow card VAR on the second challenge? It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. It absolutely stinks now. And now we got to sit here.
Eddie taken out again. Eddie's taken out again on the edge of our box. No card.
Yeah.
He's taken on his chest. He's turned away, and he's got kicked in the stomach. He's got kicked in the stomach and chest, and it's no yellow card.
And it's no yellow card.
And not only that, he's turned with the touch, and he's going to start running. He's going to start running, and Palace are pushed up.
Right.
So Jorginho's coming on
for Eddie.
Yeah, good decision.
Which means Havertz is your number 9 now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what you want. Knock the ball up to him. Let him hold it up. Well played, Eddie.
Got to be smart here, guys. You need smart players on the field.
Look, Eddie's making sure he jogs off. You don't want a yellow card.
Yeah.
But he's taken that touch on his chest, and he's going to run away from that defender. He gets kicked in the chest, but it's not a yellow card.
Yeah, shocking.
So what do you have to do to get a yellow card? Take 5 seconds to take a throw? Is that it now?
Yeah. Well, what you got to do to get a yellow card is play for Arsenal.
Play for Arsenal. You guaranteed a yellow card.
You're guaranteed, exactly.
Well done. Kai Havertz wins his first ball in the air.
Yeah, 6'3", man.
That's it. Now press, Kai. Press.
Yeah, Odegaard, come on, you got to win that, son. Well played, Havertz.
God, it's our throw, surely. Thank you, ref. Look, you can shout at the linesman now. You can shout at the linesman, but you don't get a yellow card.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What's going on in this game of polo?
He shouts at the linesman there, and no dissent, nothing for dissent.
So look, Tomiyasu, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, so Havertz has got the ball, right? He throws it to Tomiyasu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He threw the ball inside 7 seconds and still got a yellow card.
Yeah, but you know what? 7 seconds is too long. So one of the guys mentioned that it was Tomiyasu's fault. Having seen the yellow card on that throw-in, why is it taking you 7 seconds to throw the ball on a throw-in when you know that the league are clamping down on it? Yeah.
I think it should be 10 seconds minimum.
Yeah,
10 seconds maximum to take a throw-in. 7 seconds is just ridiculous.
Oh my God. Guys, G is saying wonderful performance from Eddie tonight. He's man of the match. That's a fair shout. It would have been easier if he scored though. But then he did make the goal.
What's that? Well played, Jorginho. Well played, Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Yes, Kai Havertz. Brilliant play, Arsenal. Brilliant.
Yeah, excellent. That's what you need.
That's what things. That's it. Now we play with the ball.
Yeah,
keep it
back. That's it. Well done, lads. Jorginho.
And then Declan Rice loses it.
He loses it, yeah. We should have just recycled the play there. You can't afford to lose the ball there when someone's got an option. Linesman just cannot wait to give a free kick there from Gabriel for that. God damn it, man. Guys, I mean, yeah, squeaky bum time, I'm afraid, guys. Yeah, maybe we should get a t-shirt with squeaky bum time on it because that's all we seem to be going through nowadays. We just got to stamp them out. We just got to be professional about this performance.
Good foot in there, William Saliba.
Yeah.
Well played, Jorginho.
Solid.
Well played. Excellent. That would do. Reset the guard and go again.
Yeah, recycle the play. Andrew saying Gary's having a sneaky half pint there.
Orange juice, mate.
Oh, man.
20-year-old attacker. It's a fucking that's not my control.
See, making a sub.
Yeah. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. This game, Gary, this game means so much to us because it pretty much this takes the flow of pressure. You win here and you've done your bit.
Especially if you hold on now with 10 men.
Yeah. And remember, Gary, last season, they won 10 London derbies and drawed the other 2. And they had 10 clean sheets away from home. So we need to see this.
Well done, Declan Rice. Great header that is.
Yeah, that is. I thought Ramsdale should have come out for
Yeah,
that.
I was just gonna say exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Declan Rice, what a G.
Come on, Havertz, you've got to shift across.
Declan Rice, the original gangster.
Oh, here come Palace. Well defended. Well done, Thomas Partey. Sure that's not a free kick, ref? The Crystal Palace player fell over. Sure? No yellow card? No? Okay.
Yeah, Eddie was knackered, man. Eddie was a battering ram tonight. He was a battering ram. Come on, lads, let's clear our lines. Come on, lads, press. Don't give him time.
That's a foul, isn't it? He's just kicked Jorginho down on the Gabriel down on the floor, but don't be silly.
No.
Play to Crystal Palace.
You know what I don't like there? When the ball's bubbling around in the box, it could be a handball. It could be anything. When the ball's bubbling around in the box there, that could mean anything. So Palace, yeah, it's one-way traffic now, guys. It's all Palace.
I thought Partey there should have just played it back to Ramsdale.
Yeah. It's all Palace now, guys. I mean,
80% possession in the last 15 minutes for Palace.
Yeah. Thing is, Arsenal have got the capability to play possessional football.
Oh, Palace should have scored.
Oh, wow.
Edward,
yeah, I just saw
free
it.
header, 6 yards out.
Yeah, I just saw it.
But see, this is where Partey doesn't work at right back.
Oh.
This is where you've got to go. Ben White, get across to right back.
Yeah.
Because Partey doesn't work at right back. So why is he still there? You got the 4. Yeah, Gabriel's come on, put Saliba back to his position. White goes to right back. You've got 3 sitting in the middle, 3 great ball winners. Partey, Rice, and Jorginho. That's
Andrew
a foul,
says,
Ref!
Yeah, you're talking about on Havertz.
Jesus.
He's not having it. Ref's not having it, mate. Ref's not having it. Andrew says, would Wilfred Zaha have made a difference tonight for Palace?
Of course.
Cam says, Andrew, he's never made the difference before.
Oh, he's made the difference a few times.
Emerson saying 2 Arsenal subs on. All right, who's that?
You've got to get Partey out of this right back slot. Why is he still there? Come on, Arteta. Come on, Havertz.
Yeah.
You've got to get across quicker than that.
I think you can bring on Kivior and then stretch out Ben White. So you can push Ben White out to the right and just slot Kivior in his position. It's so frantic in there, it is. It's so frantic in there. It's so frantic. The way the ball's being pinged around, yeah, we'll have it like that.
Come on, too much space, Ben White.
Yeah.
Ben White just didn't go to him.
Wow.
Ben White, what was... He just let the guy pick the ball up and turn.
Yeah, I know. Gary, I'm having a heart attack here, mate. I'm having a heart attack. 87 minutes and 20 seconds gone, guys. It's still all Palace. Palace just recycling in the play.
It's a foul. No, don't be silly. Don't give a foul for a foul on an Arsenal player in the box.
Wow.
Come on, Party. He's going to keep that in, Party.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. What is going on here?
We're giving them way too much space. Look how much freedom they've got.
Because Party's not a right back.
Yeah.
He's got to take him out.
Yeah.
That's a foul. Surely, ref. Yeah, don't give him a yellow card, though. It's fine. Because he's not wearing a yellow shirt. That's all right.
Yeah. Andrew's saying any indication of extra time. There hasn't been much stoppages.
Yeah, we're playing till Palace score an equaliser, I just heard.
Yeah.
So Zinchenko and Kirill for Saka and Havertz. No, not Havertz.
Saka's actually been taken off.
Yeah. So it's not Havertz. Havertz is getting instructions from Arteta.
Yeah, I did say that.
And Odegaard. Saka and Odegaard off. Zinchenko and Kirill on.
So who's the captain? Is it Party? I think it might be Part. No, is it? Yeah, it might be Party, the captain. Actually.
No, is he not Gabriel? Isn't it? Was he not made vice captain?
Yeah, he was made vice captain. I didn't see who got the armband there.
So Kirill into left back. Zinchenko is going into the midfield, I believe.
Yeah. It looks like Party's.
Well played, Arsenal. Brilliant football, Arsenal.
Is that right?
I didn't see.
Yeah,
Can't see.
I can't really.
Well played, Jorginho. Now just drive to the corner flag, Ben White. Just drive to the corner flag. That's it.
Eddie's brilliant at that.
Go home.
Or just recycle. Just put it back and recycle play.
Well played, Arsenal. Brilliant football.
Oh, what a ball from Saliba in between two players. Excellent.
Just hold it, Zinchenko.
Excellent play, guys. Palace can't get the ball now, guys.
Oh, brilliant. Jorginho is just a master. He's knocked two fantastic balls in this little spell.
That's right.
And then Havertz gives it away.
Yeah, to be honest, he was surrounded by three players, though. But yeah, 7 minutes added on.
Jorginho wins it straight back.
Yep,
again, uses it really well.
On, guys. 7 minutes? Where did they get 7 minutes from?
Jorginho again. Jorginho's played 3 balls.
Yeah. He's pinging it around like a puppet master.
And here he's on the ball again. And he you know what? He's played 5 passes, and every pass has found its target. Zinchenko, what are you doing, Zinchenko?
I don't know what he's doing there.
He's tried to run. Oh, that's a foul, ref. Oh, it's a yellow card for a Palace player. Hey! It's only taken 91 minutes for their second yellow card.
Yeah,
I'm going to treat that like a goal.
Unbelievable, referee. You suck.
9 passes and he's got 100% pass accuracy.
Yeah, Jorginho, 9 passes, 100% pass accuracy.
Unbelievable. Yeah, wrong decision from Jorginho there, guys. The ball was being recycled in play, and he decides to put it past the right back and try and take him on when Zinchenko doesn't have any pace. The whole thought process behind that was just ridiculous. You know, Arsenal was recycling the ball really, really well. What was the whole point?
No, he played the ball, but Zinchenko was offside.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Eddie had to come off. He was knackered. People just sending me internal messages. Emerson says, Gary, spot on. Cam says, I hate when managers are so cautious when a player gets sent off. We need something on the break. I don't think you've got anything on the break except for really Smith Rowe, Nelson, but they don't have Eddie's pace and tenacity.
You shut the door and you take what you got.
Yeah.
And you try and hold out. But Partey's come out of right back now. Well played, Aaron Ramsdale. Keeps it in play, wastes a couple of seconds. Don't get the yellow card for that, will you?
My God.
See, now Ramsdale has had the ball in his hand for 10 seconds. What's the difference between that and taking 7 seconds for a yellow throw?
And look at the kick he's made to Havertz.
Oh, so Havertz gets booked
for kicking the ball away.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's the rule book, guys. I'm not going to argue with that one. You can't kick the ball away. Yeah, you see what I mean? So the players have got to take a fault. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that. But what's the difference between Ramsdale taking 10 to 12 seconds to kick the ball and someone taking 7 seconds to take a throw?
Oh, he said Gary's son is spot on. Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you were saying Gary is spot on. Yeah, it was Gary's son. Gary's son is spot on. Well, you know what? Gary's grooming him so that when he gets older, he can get on the stream.
Yeah? He'd do it now. He'd do it now. If I see, look, I'll pass the phone over. Go on, Jackson.
You guys saw my son. You met my son last week. My son's 36 years old.
Come on and do this thing?
That's the difference. When my son came on last week, what did you say, Gary?
He's only 13. He's too shy.
But the youngest we've had on is 15. The youngest we've had on is 15.
Well done, Declan Rice. Come on, Havertz.
94 minutes and 30 seconds gone, guys. 94 minutes, 30 seconds gone. There is 2.5 minutes left in the game. Arsenal have got to hold on.
Oh,
keeper! Oh my God! So it looked like that Edouard fouled Ramsdale there. He puts a body on him. Let's have a look at the replay. So the ball gets chipped in the box. It bobs around with a few headers. Ramsdale goes for it, but it looks like Edouard ran into him.
I think he kicked the ball out of his hand, didn't it? Or through his hands or whatever. Yeah, that's a good stop by Ramsdale. And then Partey and Ramsdale both there for the follow-up.
That's right.
It's over the bar.
Partey with his hands behind his back.
Arteta's thinking, thank God for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I just turned and walk away.
Right. So that's a minute gone. That's 95 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, into the last minute or so.
Yeah, coming into the
well run, Jorginho. Putting a little sprint there. Ben White, stay in your line. Stay in your line, Ben White. And Saliba's there to smash it away. Brilliant positioning.
Yeah, excellent.
Last minute.
Here we go. Yeah, 1 minute left, guys.
No silly free kicks. This is where you want any crosses, you want your keeper to come and claim it. Well done, Declan Rice.
Yeah, that's
a great footing.
There. Yeah.
But that's what I said this. There's going to be times when we need him to be the player he was at West Ham.
Yeah, he's in the leadership, mate. The leadership. And he's run himself into the ground today.
Get out, Zinchenko.
Yeah.
Cross in. Keeper! Well done, Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, he's got that. That's Aaron's ball.
And four players all tapping him on the back.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So the question is who's going to be the man of the match? I mean, it's going to be between Eddie and Declan Rice. It's going to be a tough one. I might lean towards
And
Eddie.
game done. Victory is ours.
Game's
Brilliant.
over. Well done,
Absolutely brilliant.
So, guys, that was a great performance, and it was very competitive. We went down there last season. We scored 2 goals and surprised everybody.
Declan Rice is going mad. Sorry, Apollo. Declan Rice is going crazy on the pitch, celebrating like he's won a cup.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Guys, I'm exhausted, man.
That was an hard watch, that last 25, 30 minutes, weren't it? Jesus.
It was as difficult as it comes.
But fair play, Palace didn't have no clear-cut chances. We defended everything. I thought he should have moved Partey out of right back a bit sooner.
Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Did they
done
actually
everything
work
we needed him to do.
I don't think they did.
But not only that, he done everything you needed him to do. The last ball come in the box, he comes out and claims it. And that kicks it downfield, and that's the game done.
Yeah. Guys, what a result for us. I mean, it's all over at Selhurst Park, guys. Arsenal have held on. They've held on for
35 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, 35 minutes with 10 men. And I tell you, bringing Jorginho on was a masterstroke.
I said it. I called it, didn't I? I said, get Jorginho on. You know what I mean? He wins the ball. He positions himself really well. But he had 9 passes in that game, Apollo, and he was pinging it around like it was a little training session. Can you hit that man there? Can you hit that man there? Every pinpoint. Ping, 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 ping.
Excellent,
brilliant,
man. That's what he needed. He slowed the game down. Some of the passes that he was hitting over to our players was in between presses, and honestly, just made it look so easy.
You know, listen, this what we've just seen in this last 35 minutes. We've seen him go into the squad, deep into the squad. Yeah, and he's pulled players on, and we didn't lose a single thing in any single second of that game.
Yeah.
No more excuses about squad depth.
I agree.
That's been put to bed.
And I'm surprised that we didn't see as much players come on. But it was a tough game, guys. That was a tough game.
Look at them 4 players all clapping Ramsdale on the back when he claimed that ball.
Yeah, brilliant.
Are we going to get done for over-celebrating? Where's the over-celebrating, please?
Yeah, the celebration, please. That was phenomenal. Let me just finish off the player ratings here.
Oh, I feel like I've just run a marathon.
I know, mate. I'll tell you, mate.
I've got a sweat on.
I'm done, man. I'm so
I'm going to have to get in the shower before I go to bed.
Yeah. Right, guys. Let's make this quick. It's been a long evening. I've done. Andrew says great result. I'm out of here later. Have a good one, Gary. Have a good one, Andrew. KS says struggling to beat a team we dominated last year. No, that wasn't a struggle.
I don't think it was a struggle.
Yeah, that wasn't a struggle.
It turned into a struggle really because we went down to 10 men. The game changed.
Yeah, that's right. So, like I said, mate, only 5 teams won there in 19 games last season. Liverpool and Man United couldn't win there. We went up there, won 2-0, and we made that look easy. We dominated this game, KS. We dominated the game. Palace had a few flashes, but Ramsdale was never really pressured. Arsenal
he didn't have a save to make.
Arsenal could have been up 3-4 goals in the first half. We put in a display away from home, which was reminiscent, KS, of the fact that last season, out of the 12 London derbies, we won 10 of them and draw 2. And this game signifies exactly the type of performance that got those results. Clean sheet, hard working, still trying to figure out a new system. The footage on today's game is going to give them a lot to work with when they go for film review tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, excellent, excellent. Emerson says, Apollo, before you close, can you give a shout out to the under-21s team in action tomorrow night against Swindon Town in a Papa John's group match? I will be there. Yeah, man, shout out to them. I wonder if that's in Boreham Woods. I might try and get tickets to go to that. I'm a bit vexed because it's just around the corner from me and they should be giving me free tickets, really. But, yeah, I'm just finishing off my player ratings. Hold on a second. Let's try and see what's going on here. Right, so let's have this one up here. Player ratings, guys. I'm going to go for a Ramsdale 7. I don't think he had a lot of work to do in this game, to be honest. I can't recollect him saving anything in the second half when all the pressure was happening. So I'm going to give him a 7. I thought his distribution was good. A couple of times I thought he could have come out and claimed crosses, but he looked a bit timid to me. And maybe he knows that Ray is in the background. So is that affecting his play? But that's a discussion for another time. Partey, I thought he had a mixed game today. There were times where he looked solid in possession, but when he's been forced and told to play as a right back, for me, he plays too close inside the box. When a striker's outside and has got 10 yards on you, that gives a striker all day to pick out his cross, pick out his man, and you got to close him down and force that cross to not happen. Partey didn't do that once today. So there are issues there, but the question is if Gabriel's able to come on and play 20 minutes last week and this week, then it can't be injury. I don't know. I don't know what it's about, but it can't be. It just can't be. So I'm going to let the manager figure that out. I hope that they address that in his interview after the game, why Gabriel isn't starting and why Thomas Partey is playing as an inverted right. But guys, look, the majority of the game, Partey's playing as a midfielder. And you know, it's been solid. It's just when he's called into action to play as a right back, he just hasn't looked comfortable being there. White, I thought Ben White was solid today. He was definitely better than Partey in terms of the defending side. One really weird decision where he sits off Edouard and doesn't close him down. He allows him a bit of space, but it only happened once. I thought he was solid for the rest of the game. Saliba, I thought I'm going to give him an 8. I thought Saliba was boss, man. He made one wrist med and then came back and had to do a recovery, ran stride by stride with Edouard and won the ball, sliding tackle in the penalty area. Well judged, solid game from Saliba today. Tomiyasu, I'm going to give him a 5. Actually, let me give him a 4 because you shouldn't do that. That's on you. I thought it was 5 seconds from what Gary said. We looked at the replay. Gary said it was 7-8 seconds. You can't do that, guys. You got to accept responsibility with the rule changes. Don't provoke the referees. And actually, I thought Odegaard done a good job with the lads not to provoke the referee today. There were so many reasons where they could have gone in and given it a little bit of that and sort of forced the yellow card. Havertz did, but we'll come on to that when we come into his rating. But I think that Tomiyasu, you can't hold the ball on. When you're 1-0 up away from home and you're holding onto the ball for 7 seconds away from home, you're asking for it. So, yes, I thought it was harsh, but if you throw the ball quickly, then that doesn't happen and you don't get the yellow. Rice, I thought Rice was immense. I thought he was immense and would have got my man of the match if it wasn't for Eddie making the goal. Because if it wasn't for Eddie, we don't win this game. So that's why Eddie pips it for me. But Rice, what a performance. Absolutely solid. Odegaard, decent game. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Although, you know, being brushed off the ball, that's something he's going to have to work on. He should be a lot stronger off the ball than that. I thought he should have scored. Johnson made a really good save on his attempt as well. Havertz, I'm going to give a 6.5. I thought he had a good first half. I thought he tailed off in the second half. Maybe should have been subbed off. We didn't see Trossard today. So I don't. The decision in that for anybody who's asking was because when Eddie came off, we needed a point man, and there were times that the ball was hit long to him, and he won possession and helped us retain possession of the ball. So I thought Havertz had a decent game, so I'm going to give him a 6.5. Saka, I'm going to give him a 5. I didn't think he had a good game at all today. I didn't think he was influential in any way. I thought he was out on an island and just didn't get himself involved. And so he gets a 5. Probably the same with Martinelli. Martinelli was a little bit more lively than Saka, but didn't fail to influence the game in one bit. This is, guys, when our wingers are playing phenomenal, like no team can play with us. But when they're not on their game, you got to show you got the resilience to win games, and that's what today's game was all about. Today's game was all about when your stars like Martinelli and Saka don't play well, what are you going to do? And what we saw was through the middle, that sort of cohesiveness and control from Declan Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, hard work from Nketiah. That core through the middle, they done a really good job of controlling the game today. And that's really what you got to do when it's scrappy games like this and you need 3 points. So Martinelli gets a 5. Nketiah is going to get my man of the match, guys. Look, he missed a couple of chances. I thought he hit the post in the first half. He just missed a chance with a dink. But as Michael Owen said in the studio, those are hard ones for the strikers to do. Because normally when you dink the ball, you've got a little bit more space. But it was close up to the goalkeeper. So in order to get the ball up high, he's got to put that dink on it. And unfortunately, it's too much dink. So if that had gone in, that would have been a worldie. Yeah. But it just didn't happen. He did everything right but scored today. But then he created the goal. He's quick thinking and sharp thinking, got out into the flat, challenged the goalkeeper, hit the ball first, made contact with the goalie and won the penalty. So that for me, that's the game winner. That's your game winner right there in Eddie Nketiah. He gets an 8.5 for me. Arteta, he gets a 9. I don't know what the Gabriel thing is all about. We'll have to figure that out. But I thought his substitutions today were bang on. The only thing I probably would have done is what I said to Gary. Does a defender now on a yellow card mean that managers who have got depth, you got a Gabriel, you got a Kivior, you got a Zinchenko, if he's on a yellow and you're away from home in a hostile environment with the new rules, do you take him off? I think that's a discussion now that teams have to have. I really do. You saw
Ten Hag take Martinez off, didn't he, last week when he was on a yellow at half time?
Yeah. So that's it for me, guys. That's my ratings. Gary, you got the conch.
Yeah, so Ramsdale, I'm going to give him a solid 7. He didn't really have a lot to do, but there was times when you thought he could have come for a ball. But I think in the game situation, if he comes and makes that mistake and he doesn't get there and the ball's looped into the goal from a header, so I think he's done right to let his defenders deal with it. But in the last minute, when the ball's thrown in, he comes out, he claims it, and that's what holds us on to the game. So solid 7 for Ramsdale. Partey, again, I think when he's in the middle, I think that's obviously his best place. At right back, he looks like a fish out of water. I think Arteta, especially when we went down to 10, I think Arteta should have immediately moved Ben White to right back, who's going to be more defensively solid. But Partey, I thought he had a good game. I'm going to give him a 7. Mr. Saliba made one mistake in the whole game. Fantastic recovery challenge. I'm going to give him an 8. Who else is there? Ben White. I thought he had a somewhat good game, but obviously when he allowed Edouard to turn and just backed off of him and didn't have anything to go and close him down, I thought that was slightly dodgy. Yes, it was only one time, but it only takes one mistake to concede a goal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Ben White a 7. Declan Rice. I thought he had a brilliant game. Declan Rice didn't really get forward as much, but in that last half an hour, 35 minutes, we saw what he done at West Ham, and that's what we're going to need at some point.
Hold on, he's talking now. There's Declan Rice.
When you're as a player on that pitch, and
can you hear it?
and you've got 20 minutes to go down to 10 men against young, athletic, Crystal Palace side, it's going to be tough. But these are the places you want to come. If you want to win Premier Leagues, if you want to be up there at the end of the season, these are the stadiums you've got to come to, show character, and then pluck out the 3 points. And I thought we thoroughly deserved it in the end.
Was that why, though, there was the big celebration? We saw the emotion on all of your faces at the end.
Yeah, I think it was a massive relief, to be honest with you, to get through them 20 minutes. Obviously, know what Selhurst Park is like. I think we controlled the game completely up until when we went down to 10 men. They got hold in the game, but I think it's relief just because the way we defended and we put our bodies on the line to get the 3 points tonight.
Declan, you were absolutely outstanding that last half an hour in terms of obviously the resilience that you showed, and I'm sure that's why you're pleased at the end. Just what's the players' initial approach and take on these new rules that have come in around time wasting? Obviously, I think Tomiyasu took one for the team in terms of the 23 seconds were taken for the throw. Do the players like the extra time that's been added on? Do they like the idea of players being booked for this sort of time wasting or not?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think at the start of the season we always have referees meeting at every club, and they come in and explain the new rules. So we know what's happening. We know if we're time wasting, we're going to get a yellow card. Obviously, they're stamping down on it much more now. Obviously, to see 7, 8, 9 minutes go up at the end of the game can be frustrating at times. But they laid down the law at the start of the season, and I suppose if we're time wasting, there's nothing we can really do about it. It's the new law of the game.
Declan, the manager mentioned at the start of the show your role changing this week. What was it, the adaptations that he told you to do tonight?
I think it was against Nottingham Forest. We played a diamond in midfield, and I was to the left of the diamond. And tonight I was the single pivot, so I dropped back kind of one spot.
Yeah.
But in the last 4 weeks, I've learned so much. I've spoke about it. I'm learning different ways of playing the position. Constantly on the move, learning how we build up, learning how we play as a team. I'm really trying to test myself, because to play for Arsenal, to play at the highest level, you need to be one of the best. And I'm eager to keep learning and keep flourishing.
Is there a particular role that you prefer out of that, in that diamond formation? Is this one that you might feel a bit more comfortable in?
Look, I think I love going forward. I think I showed that last year with West Ham. My attacking capabilities, even though I'd have loved to have got more goals, I really enjoyed going forward. And I had a conversation with the manager here as well. He sees me in that role. Also, he sees me in the number 6 role, and I'm really comfortable playing in both. And I think that will help the team throughout the season.
You mentioned goals there, and that has probably been the one criticism that's been, put to yourself in terms of being, a top midfielder, £100 million man. We actually analysed that as well, your numbers before the game. Do you think there's a possibility that going forward with the more attacking role that can change, and is that something that you're determined to do?
Yeah, definitely. I think even here at West Ham, the lads are always on to me to shoot more, to score more. I'm definitely trying to put that emphasis myself on scoring more goals. I had 2 great chances against Forest, and playing a bit more higher up the pitch as well when we're attacking, even as the 6. So balls are going to drop to me now. I need to put them away. Like you said, there's so many people that talk about me scoring goals, because I do the other side of the stuff really well. But obviously to score goals as well is really good, and I know I've got the ability to. So that's something I'm definitely more hungry for.
You spoke before about the different roles. I mean, you've spoken as well in interviews about almost like the education you've had at Arsenal in these different roles going forward. I mean, how far, when you've been in this team now, do you think it can go? It was very close to the title last season. They spent big money on you. You'll be seen as the man who's got to make the difference in that role.
Yeah, look, obviously we can't get carried away. We're only 2 games in it. It's about momentum. It's about taking each game as it comes, coming to places like your Palaces and winning and getting 3 points and building momentum. And obviously we've got a tough schedule coming up after September. So look, we're going to be ready for it. Last year there was obviously big pressure on Arsenal to win the Premier League, and like I said, that's why I signed for Arsenal, because I believe in the vision. I believe in the manager. I believe in this team, how young and hungry we all are. We know Man City are the best team in the world at the minute, and they're tough to stop. But it's a great challenge ahead. Let's keep fighting, keep pushing, and taking each game as it comes.
Can't believe Caicedo's broken your record already, though, Declan. I'm happy with that.
That's cheeky, that is.
I had it up for 2 weeks. He's come down already.
One thing I would say before you leave is, do you really just look like you're enjoying yourself already in an Arsenal shirt?
Do you know what? Before the game tonight, I was on the way to the game, and I just thought, just go out there and have it tonight. Just go out there and then try and put on a show. And you know, even in the warm up, I just felt an energy that, you know, I wanted to go out there and perform, and you know, I was just really up for it, to be honest with you. Only 2 games in, obviously, there's so much talk around the price tag and me playing for Arsenal, and you know, I want to keep proving people wrong, proving people I can play at the top, and you know, I want to keep putting in top performances. So, you know, I'll keep my feet on the ground and, you know, keep listening to everyone around me and keep pushing.
Great start, Declan. Keep going. Thanks so
Thank
much
you
for
very much,
joining
guys.
us.
Good to speak to you. Thank you. See you later.
Excellent. I you know what? I love listening to him speak. He's so well spoken.
He talks really well, doesn't he? He talks really well.
He's so well spoken. Gary, you were doing your player ratings. Carry on, mate. He's so well spoken.
Yeah, so I forgot Tomiyasu. Obviously, they just said there it took 23 seconds to take the throw. Well, he didn't have the ball in his hand for 23 seconds. Right, so it took him 7 seconds to take the throw once he got the ball. Now, Ramsdale had the ball in his hand 10, 12 seconds. What's the difference? How can one be time wasting and the other not?
Yeah, they were saying
So
that
every goalkeeper has to get rid of the ball.
12 seconds, apparently.
Yeah, but then he threw. So when the ball goes out, by the time the ball goes out for the throw in, to Tomiyasu taking the throw in, 23 seconds had passed. But Tomiyasu didn't have the ball in his hand for 23 seconds. So surely they need to clarify how long a player, once he has the ball in his hand, has to take that throw in.
Yeah,
If
they
it's-
do. You're right. Yeah.
If it's 5 seconds, if it's 10 seconds, they need to know. And then the same has to go for every goalkeeper. Goal kick, like from if the ball's gone out, or a drop kick from their hand, it has to be the same across the board. The second challenge that he got the yellow card for, I thought was just a load of rubbish. I didn't see any foul there at all. So I thought he was unlucky. He had a solid game up until that point. So I'm going to, even though he got sent off, I'm going to give him a 6. Declan Rice, I thought was immense tonight. He got forward a couple of times. He broke up stuff. But in that last 20 or 30 minutes, we saw the Declan Rice at West Ham where he just broke up things, positioned himself well. So I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he done really well tonight. Odegaard scored the pen, but apart from that, he was unlucky not to score a worldie. Great save by the keeper, but other than that, he was quite subdued, I thought. So I'm going to give Odegaard a 6. Havertz, I don't think was involved enough, but in the last sort of 10 minutes when he went up top, he won balls. He got a couple of fouls. He got a stupid yellow card for kicking the ball away. So I'm going to give Havertz a 6.5. Saka, I thought was quiet throughout the game. Wasn't the Saka that we see more often. Didn't really create anything. So I'm just going to give him a 6. Martinelli, I was disappointed with Martinelli. After the Forest game, I thought that he was decisive. He made things happen. He drove to the byline. You know, he created stuff. Tonight, it was the Martinelli of old. I say of old. I know it's only 2 games into the season, but he was indecisive. Minute and a half on the clock. Havertz puts him through. Just smash it with your left foot.
Yeah.
Smash it goalwards. If it goes in, happy days. If it doesn't, you turn back in, you lose the opportunity to shoot, and nothing happens anyway. So Martinelli is going to get 5.5. Our main man, Eddie. Listen, a lot of people criticise him. We had Cam in the chat saying, take Eddie off. Listen, Eddie Nketiah is an Arsenal player. I've said it from almost day one. The guy will score goals if you put him in the team, and he's proven that. But now he's added a work rate. Yeah, he's added battling. He's added running. Link play. He's added it all. He's become the complete striker. What wins the penalty? Like literally, when Martinelli knocked that free kick, you saw him look at the keeper. You saw him go into overdrive, and he takes a touch with his left foot, knowing that if he puts his left foot there and gets to that ball first, the keeper's going to take him out, and he's going to get a penalty. So Eddie Nketiah just picked Declan Rice to my man of the match with an 8.5. Arteta, I thought his substitutions were bang on. I thought Jorginho came on and was just masterful. The only criticism I have is that I thought he could have switched Partey and Ben White and put Partey into the middle to make a free.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because the system he ran was actually was great tonight. It was an energetic, competitive game. Palace are not easy. I can see some comments in there saying, thinking that we should have won this easily, and I have to repeat again: Liverpool and Man United didn't win here last year. In fact, they only lost 5 games out of the 19 at home last season.
Well, it's not only that, Apollo. I mean, don't forget, for the last half hour there, we're down to 10 men. That's when the game changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows that? Who's to say that in that last half hour with 11 men on the pitch, Palace were never in the game when we had 11 on the pitch.
Yeah, so
we could have gone on and scored 1 or 2 more.
I think you should give the Gunners a little bit more credit for the display tonight.
100%,
easy.
mate.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Let's go to before. Did you do Arteta?
Yeah, I'll say I can see what he's doing with the lineup. I don't like Partey at right back, and like I say, with that, especially in that last half hour, you've got to think switch Ben White, get Partey back into the middle alongside Rice, alongside Jorginho. You've got 3 fantastic winners of the ball there, 3 fantastic defensive midfielders. Use them in their correct positions at the correct time. So I'll give him a 9, same as you. I thought he was spot on today, apart from that one thing with Thomas Partey in the last sort of 15 minutes.
Yep. So, guys, look, I'm not going to keep you around very long, but let me get to your comments and then I'll close out the stream. G saying, let's get rid of this banner here. G saying that it was, where is it? It's gone. He goes, rest in peace to my fantasy football team with Saka and Martinelli.
Let's see what Roy Hutchin's got to say.
Yeah, do you want us to put it up?
I thought the shape of the team was good.
They're happy, mate. They thought they played well. They did.
Well, they only lost 1-0. They stayed in the game, didn't they, to the last second? That's good for them.
We took that opportunity and piled players forward and got the ball in around their goal and their penalty area as many times as we possibly could. But of course, we pay the price for the quick free kick, where we, of course, complained that the player who was going to defend that space was blocked off. And
he was never going to defend that space, ever.
Yeah, exactly. Eddie was gone, mate.
When you concede a goal,
yeah, he was never going to defend that space.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you can do in that situation to prevent a quick free kick like that?
I don't know whether what you do about blocking. I think when players are blocked off, as they often are at corner kicks and in those situations, you just have to rely on the referee to see that there's a block there. That's not.
Yeah, hold on, because people do that on corners all the time. We get blocked every corner.
Yeah.
So does the goalkeeper. You stand in front of the goalie and you block him.
If you had 15 corners in a game, and every time someone was blocked, you'd be giving 15 penalties a game.
Yeah, I know.
There's a difference between a block and a foul.
Yeah.
A shirt pull or pulling the man down. There's a complete difference.
Yeah, and he never shirt pulled or anything. He had his 2 arms on like that, and then the player ran away from him.
Listen, the defender was never going to make that ground up anyway. You'd have to be Usain Bolt to make that ground up.
True. I don't actually know why the player went down on the floor. That's what I don't, because Partey didn't do no actions to push him on the floor.
I think what it is, when you realise that you're not going to make something, the easiest way to try and stop the penalty being given is to throw yourself to the floor.
You sell it.
Try and convince the referee that you've been fouled, so you give a free kick instead of the penalty.
That's the trouble we should be looking to get to. I still think that we really need to get.
I want to see what Arteta says about the red card.
Yeah, so let's come back to it because now he's talking about Palace, which we don't want to hear. So Emerson says, good watch. See you on Saturday, Apollo, as I'm in the media entrance if you want to meet up. Yeah, that would be great, mate. Definitely. Kaya says, there's a knock-on effect over the pitch. Our wingers have no support because of the right and left do not overlap. There was a bit of overlap, but it's more internal now. The power comes through Odegaard on the right and Havertz on the left. So it's and I've been saying this to the fans every week. the shape of Arsenal now is more condensed. What does that do? That allows you to play better football, and as a unit, it allows you to, when you lose the ball, regain possession back quicker, and it allows you to interlink more. So that's the reason why I talk every week. I explain to Arsenal fans the coaching side of it is we're not as playing as loose anymore, as fluid as a team. We're now playing as a more tighter, cohesive unit, and that's the goal. That's the game here. And if we do that, then the team would be able to be more like Barcelona was back in their day in terms of possession based. Cam saying Eddie solidifying himself as a positional striker, and then he goes on to say,
"Hold on, Cam, you was asking for him to be taken off."
Yeah, I know. He goes, "I take that back, Gary, about Eddie."
Yeah, well done, Cam.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
You can stay.
KS says our substitution kept us deep in our half versus having them needing to cover it if we sped up field. And 18 says Jorginho was brilliant as a substitution. And then KS says Arteta gets a 9, really. I guess the end justifies the means. It always does, mate. It's all about results. And then Cam says the Gunners have won 11 of their last 13 London derbies. Yeah, and the other 2 was a draw. Emerson says, who will play Tomiyasu's in position? It's got to be Zinchenko, innit? I mean, they have Kivior. We'll have to wait and see what the manager does. There's a pile of games coming in. We saw Saka go back there.
It's only a one game ban anyway.
It will get overturned, mate. It will for the second yellow.
Well, it should do, yeah.
The second yellow wasn't a booking. That'll get overturned. And KS says, I've never seen City go down to 10 men and hang in for their life. They don't get red cards, I think, is the answer to that one. But yeah, I see. But then you can't compare us to City. City are the best team in the world. So I'd like to be compared to them, but we're not as good as City. And that's just the reality of it. Emerson says, now he's been suspended for 1 match. If party music. Yeah, I think that's going to get overturned. I really do. I think that's going to get overturned. Gary, your thoughts? It doesn't look like Arteta's coming up anytime soon, so we'll try and close the stream out.
No.
Yeah, Gary, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, no, happy with the result. It was a great performance until obviously we went down to 10 men. But then in other ways, it was even better performance once we went down to 10 men. Everyone was solid. Everyone knew their positions. We threw bodies in front of things. We won headers. We won our tackles. The keeper was solid. Can't ask for any more. 3 points in the bag. 2 out of 2. Happy days.
Yeah, and guys, look, this is how you got to do it. This is, plenty times Man City struggled and picked a 1-0 win away from home. Arsenal was great at it. 10 clean sheets away from home. I think that they're going to be really happy with the work that they've done defensively today. Is this Arteta? Yes, it is.
Arteta's on there, yeah.
Celebrations at the end by your bench and the team, was that about more than...
Did they start off by mentioning the celebrations?
I love to win like this. I love, first of all, the way we played the first half and the situation that we created against a team that is so difficult. I think they were ranked first in terms of what they conceded in open play, and we dominated the game. We conceded nothing. And in the second half, we have to play the game after they scoring the goal. Obviously, they're going to come out and we're going to have more spaces. That game we didn't play because we have to play with 10 men. But even at 10 men, again, we didn't concede and we read the game really well, competed extraordinarily well. And I'm so happy for the team to be able to respond to different contexts in a positive way and win the game.
Do those celebrations underline also the fact that you had to do this against the odds for the last 30 plus minutes of the game, reduced to 10 men?
Absolutely, and it shows how much we want it. And when you see the players on the bench, the way they come, when you're talking to them, the face that they have to come here and help the team, they were magnificent. They changed the dynamic of the game, and I thank you so much to them because they really contributed to win the game.
Managers are never going to be happy when you lose players in the circumstances that you did to the red card. But do you understand why Tomiyasu gets the yellow card in the first place?
I'm a really open person. I understand everything.
Managers to get across to players to
he doesn't want to say nothing there, does he?
Penalty.
Yeah.
The new rules is one thing. The new rules that I don't know where they are, they haven't communicated. That's something very different. But we will adapt. Today we had to win it in this context, and we've done it.
Do you think it's going to be difficult for referees to get consistency when it comes to time wasting?
I don't know. That's something that they have to do. It's going to be very difficult for us. I guarantee you, we have to play with 10 or maybe with 9 or with 8. Because if, depending where we put the standards and the level, we can maybe play that against it. It can be very entertaining.
Let's talk about the performance. It was very key to your pre-game message. How impressed were you with the...
I tell you, he's Wenger part 2 all over he is. He ain't giving away nothing.
This is what we want, and keep developing and then in the right to win the games the way we played. And it's, again, really difficult. They are really good at frustrating you, shifting across and forcing you to make mistakes in the wrong areas and then be really good in transition. And we didn't allow much of that. So we are growing. We are better.
In the recent weeks, you've spoken a lot about flexibility and the need from that for your players. With Declan Rice, he started on the left of the diamond against Nottingham Forest. He was at the pivot today. Is that the flexibility you're talking about from your players and what will be needed?
Absolutely. And I thought he was fantastic today. He really dominated the game. Asked him to do something new, but obviously he's done in a different club, but we asked him to do it in a different way. I think it was fantastic.
Okay.
For Declan Rice, I don't think he's sure about the...
Yeah. So that's where we are then,
excellent,
Gary.
Excellent interview.
I tell you, he's not giving a... He's like Wenger, man, media darling. He ain't giving you nothing, man. He's just there to count the numbers up, and you're not going to get anything out of him.
So, but he alluded to there the fact that they say one thing, but then there's another thing that they haven't been told.
Yeah, because he's right. Declan Rice said that the referees come to the training grounds, they have this open discussion with the players to explain the new rules so the players understand what's going on. It's clear that the grey area in terms of what you said, and so what confirms a yellow card for a throw-in? What's the parameters? Yeah, is it 5 seconds? Is it 10 seconds? Is it 15 seconds? What is it? Let us know, and we'll adhere to the rule.
Yeah,
but if you
have, like I said as well, then the same thing has to go for goalkeepers' kicks, ground kicks, and hand kicks. If you're taking 10, 12, 15, 20 seconds, what's the difference between that and someone looking to someone to throw the ball to? Because it may take 5 or 6 seconds.
I think my issue is, as a manager myself, and I've got my staff in business or whatever, or a manager in football, if there are new rules to play by, we need to look after our garden. We need to plant our seeds, water our flowers, and make sure we're doing what we need to do in order to change. And what we saw with Tomiyasu, that's not good enough. So after being told these are the new rules, don't try to bend the bar. Yeah, don't try and press the limit. Do what you need to do in order to be successful. The other situation was Kai Havertz. Free kick, what do? You're going to kick the ball away 20 yards. That's an automatic yellow card. So if I'm Arteta, I'm going back to reaffirm to my players, guys, yes, we were hard done by. There weren't any yellow cards given to Palace in over 70 minutes. They probably should have had 2 or 3 yellow cards. We can't control that. But what we can control is what we do. And what you did, Tomiyasu, and what you did, Havertz, we can't have any of that. You've got to stamp that out. We need to take care of ourselves. Don't give the referees a reason to pull the trigger. So that's where I am on it. You've got to be squeaky clean as professionals.
Yeah, I'll take a bit of a different stance there. I think, 23 seconds to take the throw. Obviously, Havertz had the ball. Then he gives it to Tomiyasu. He's looking for someone to throw it to. If everyone's marked and he's waiting for someone to come into space, it's going to take a bit of time. If he's cleaning the ball and then trying to gain inches and mucking about a bit like that, I can understand. But that, to me, is, like Arteta said there, you could get 3 players sent off in a game for just taking 15 seconds to take 3 throws. Makes no sense. But then a keeper can hold on to it, a keeper can catch the ball, can lay on the floor for 10 seconds, can get up, can bounce the ball for 5 seconds, walk to the edge of his area for 5 seconds, look downfield for 5 seconds, and then kick the ball 5 seconds later. That keeper's had the ball in his hand for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So where's the difference? Where's the difference? That's worse. To me, that's
Yeah.
worse than someone taking
The whole
5
thing was
to take a
inconsistent.
throw.
The whole thing was inconsistent because if you look at, let's read some comments out here. Arteta, what's this? I need the next new. Yeah, we need an explanation on the new rules. Exactly what I was saying. 5 goals. 5 goals. Oh, Crystal Palace. Bertrand says, I've listened to the commentary and analysis. I would say the highest value team in football should not be struggling against Palace that do not have those 2
Bertrand,
players.
we didn't struggle. We only struggled when down to 10 men.
Yeah, Bertram, that tells me you didn't see the game. Yeah.
What game was you? Did you even watch it?
You didn't see the game. And I did say, guys, out of 19 home games last season, they only got beaten 5 times. And Liverpool and Man United didn't go there. Why don't you guys respect the league, man? This is frustrating that our fans think we should roll in everywhere and just blow out teams.
Football doesn't work like that.
Way. Yeah,
Palace were never in that game when we had 11 men on the pitch. Never in the game.
The total disrespect for the game by Bertram. Bertrand says, I'm spinning it. I'm not spinning it. I'm just telling you the truth. And if you're in business, you'll know exactly the same thing. That if there are rules to play by, don't test the rules. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you've got kids that go to school and the teachers are saying that these are rules for suspension, expulsion, and things like that, you tell your kids to don't press the button, don't bend the rules. You tell your kids to be squeaky clean. That's just what you do. So I'm not sure what the spinning is all about.
I don't know. Have we ever seen Bertram and Ken in the same room?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
Cam
I love you really, Bertram.
To send Tommy off, but when you add on top of that, the only problem with the Tomiyasu one is it was scandalous because the second one there was hardly any contact. In fact, he dived, and the players were afraid to go and approach the referee to say that he dived. But the point there is why didn't VAR look at that? If the referee went over to VAR and saw the replay, he would have rescinded that, and we've seen it happen.
But why didn't Ayew get a second yellow card for holding back Saka when he's trying to turn and bringing him down?
Agreed.
Which was 10 times worse than what Tomiyasu done.
100%. So it just seemed to me like the referee was just not interested in judging Palace in any way. And is that home field advantage? No, I just think it's stupidity on the referee side.
You know, Eddie running through gets pulled down by the midfielder. No yellow card.
No yellow card. And that was stopping an attack. And what does the rule book say? It says if you see a player running through on goal, and believe me, there was no one else but that defender that could stop Eddie, and you make a foul to stop an attack, which was a counter. It's listed stopping a counter attack. Then it's a yellow card. So that was textbook yellow card, and the referee didn't even do anything about it. So little things
Eddie
like
again
that.
turns on the edge of the box, gets kicked in the chest. No yellow card.
God. Yeah.
No yellow card.
No yellow card. So it's just like it's one rule for them, one rule for the other. People say we complain a lot, but look, I just want to see fairness. That's all. Look, if we're wrong, guys, we're in the wrong. And that's the reason why I talked about the Tomiyasu issue. If he held on to it too long, then you got to put your hand up. Yeah? And it's something Mikel has to address with not just him, but Havertz for kicking the ball away. If it's our fault, take responsibility. Take responsibility. But when it's something that is not being shown to the other team, then you've got a problem because then there's an agenda. You can't say if fair is fair, can you? If you're doing it with us, then do it with them. And so, look, man, we got the 3 points tonight. Yeah. Vincey just said there's no fair. Clearly, yeah, you're right. Clearly, mate. Yeah, clearly. How we got look, it was a fantastic win tonight to go in that hostile environment, tough team, well set up. I thought Hodgson's team really set up really well. But then I thought the way Arteta came out to dominate the game, I thought Arsenal ran the show. And really, as Gary said, they should have been up 3-4-0 at halftime. If they were up 3-4-0 at halftime, I wouldn't have complained. And, you know, you got to put it down to Eddie hit the post. Odegaard pulled off a great save by Sam Johnson. And then Eddie missed the dink on the goal. I heard Michael Owen say it was extremely hard because actually when I watched the replay, he was very close to the goalkeeper. Normally when you dink the ball, you've got a little bit more distance to do that. So I get it. But Eddie played fantastic today, did everything but score, but he created the winning goal. Yeah, that was down to him. We would not have won today's game if it wasn't for Nketiah. So great for him. The penalty, but Odegaard was I think you got to pull that from Saka now. Too much nerves. Yeah, we've seen enough from Saka to know. And the thing is, look, when you take a penalty, guys, you're looking at top corner, drive hard to the side, mind games with the goalkeeper, and I don't think that Saka had any of those. I don't think he had any of those. When it's a guessing game, I think that's when you got to look for someone who can do the job better. And I
think he wanted to prove a point after the Euros, didn't he? And he stepped up and he proved his point. He's got the courage, but take it away from him. Take that bit of pressure off of him and let him just play his normal game.
Because he doesn't need that pressure. The last thing he needs is Arsenal fans climbing on your back saying, you don't need that added pressure, man. All right, guys, look, you wouldn't believe it. It's 10:41 and I still even had my dinner yet. So I'm going to go and eat. Thanks for joining me tonight, Gary. I appreciate
no problem, mate.
Coach.
Anytime.
Appreciate the coach as always. And thank you to you guys in the chat. Always a pleasure to have you guys as a community. And yeah, we enjoyed tonight, man. Really good. Arsenal up into 3rd place now. We have Fulham next game. Fulham at home, 3:00 kickoff. I'll be there at the Emirates. Tony probably would be keeping you guys company on the weekend. We win that, and it's 3-3 starting off the season. So
there's no reason why we should. There's no reason why we shouldn't win that, to be honest.
Yeah, and then we got Man United at home after that, which I'm looking to rip them a new one after that.
Yeah,
I'm looking to tear them down. And then it's the revenge game at Everton Goodison Park after that. So it's pure love every week now, guys. It's pure haymakers every week now. Gary, have a great evening, man. Speak to you guys
You too,
later.
mate. See you guys.